What's up with you? What's up with you? Yo, back at it, bro. Bro, we got get this down. Bro. Get this down right there. All right. Pulling up, man. We got Nolan Wells, young 18-year-old kid found uh unalived on an island. They're trying to figure out the cause of death. He went out with looks like white friends, black kid, 18, says he met a girl, white girl, and he decided to stay. The other teens left. He was reported missing by his mother. She went on the social media. She didn't understand. Nobody called her. Said somebody turned his phone into her. Um, and they're looking for a cause of death. The kid was found, and the girlfriend, from what I understand, is working with the police. I don't know about the other guys. They look like they come from wealthy backgrounds. Information, you're not getting a lot of information. Uh, this was a kid, who hung out. He was that guy. He was the black guy who always hung out with the white guys, which is fine. That's fine, right? I think his mom's Asian, uh, or something like that. There's some variables, right? Um, and he was dating or he had met a white woman, and he stayed behind. Who knows? There's speculation. There could be foul play behind that, perhaps a jealous boyfriend, or they're trying to put it together. The family wants answers. So, because there's no answers, the family reached out to Benjamin Crump. Now, you can say what you want about Benjamin Crump. He's an effective counsel. He's a civil rights attorney. He's an effective counsel. People don't like him. We get that. People believe that this stirs up a lot of uh, racial wounds of the past. People believe that. But the family's looking for help, man. The family needs somebody to go in there and find out, figure out what's going on. Is there some possible uh, individuals who can be held responsible? Uh, and this is Mississippi, so yeah, that's a hell of a place to go, bro. You want to talk about wounds? You want to talk about racial healing and coming to a place of moving forward? That Mississippi, that is certainly some. The Klan. You have a lot of racial injustice, racial history. You got Ole Miss, Batesville, Mississippi, the Ole Miss Rebels, where they had to take the mascot and change the name. You got Trump; he's the president. We have another racial situation going on with Trump. We just had the Carmelo Anthony. Um, man, I'm forgetting. I got this so many of them. Now we got this guy Nolan Wales. He hung out. You can go and look. There's plenty of video. His TikTok. He hung out with a lot. I don't really think Nolan looked at it as racial. I don't think he saw race. I'm saying individually. I don't think he looked at himself as the only black guy at the party. I think he just looked at himself as he was a young guy. Those were his friends. She was his girlfriend, or he's attracted to her, and that's how he pretty much lived his life. So it probably was nothing for him to say, "Hey, I'm gonna stay back on the island." The guys left; they left him there. He doesn't show up. The girlfriend's working with the police. The mother wants answers. They want to know what's going on. When you look at the history of Mississippi, and you look at the president now, Donald Trump, a family's going to be scratching their heads, wondering what happened to our kid. Is this another deletion? Is this something that just happened? We see all of these, black kids losing their lives. We know that Benjamin Crump, you know, whether you like it or not, he brings a racial component to this case. Now, my thing was this: do you need at this point? The police are doing an investigation. We see what's going on. They're doing an investigation. Do you need Crump to enter this case now? Now, let's talk about money. A lawyer like Crump, a lot of these lawyers, they will do pro bono. They'll go in because they want the press. They get an opportunity to go before the cameras. This is a national case, so they get to talk, speak for the family. That in turn is just like advertisement for, because he's a lawyer. He has a lot of people. He has a bunch of firms. So a guy can volunteer to do the case pro bonos, and how they get paid, where they basically get paid from the publicity. Now, when you have a family there, yeah, do you want to go bankrupt? Do you want to put up your house? Do you want to go bankrupt behind these cases? So it's something you do have to look at, you know, allegedly. Mississippi, this is going to open a lot of racial wounds. Let's just be for real. This is Mississippi. This is Mississippi, man. This is the home of the Ole Miss Rebels. This is the Confederate flag. This is the South shall rise again. This is Mississippi. You had a black kid who basically, I believe he grew up, his friends happened to be white. He seems like he was well accepted amongst his friend group. There was nothing for him to be the only black guy at the party. Didn't bother him. Didn't bother them. Something happened though, and that's what people are trying to piece together exactly what happened. That's where they're trying to figure these things out. So you bring in a Benjamin Crump. Now, when you say him, I get it. But is he necessary now? The case, they're trying to piece together the things that happened. I'm a black man in America. I don't know if I just automatically assume it's racial. I'm sorry. Now, people, they don't like that. They don't want to hear me say that. I'm saying, let's go where the evidence goes. But I'm just saying, just to come out the gate is, you know, those were young people, and young people do fight. So young people being young people, and this happens all the time, bro. I don't know what happened. I don't know. So Benjamin Crump now in this picture and answers. And this is Mississippi, and they do have a historical racial past. You know, this is the South. Now, when you say Mississippi, that's the South, not the heart of the South. It's a major part of the South, major part of the South. This is not going to go over well in Mississippi. The police, you know, you have a majority white, all of that whole community. And you have you had Trump in office. He's stoking racial fires. Questions are coming up, man. Questions. You got an 18-year-old boy in community college. This is what we're talking about. The good kid. This wasn't some old block thug. This wasn't some guy who had a big rag on his hand, dropped out of school, being a public menace, a nuisance, involved in criminal activity and something. This was not that guy. It's going to be interesting how he's going to be portrayed. This guy was a guy in college. This was a guy who had crossed these racial lines. He was the only black guy. This guy didn't look at it like, hey, why are your friends white? He didn't look at it like that. What do you mean? My friends are my friends. What the fuck are you talking about, man? Those are my friends. I mean, that's the type of guy he was. And he wound up being found unresponsive after going on a boat trip with his friends. People don't understand what's happening. The mom doesn't, nobody's talking to the mom. She's not getting anything. She's worried about her son. Why is my son found unresponsive? Who was he hanging out with? Those are his friends. What happened why aren't the friends talking? People are lawyering up. Why are they getting lawyers? They want answers. Benjamin Crump enters Benjamin Crump. he's going to change this case into, you know, he's a this is a national attorney. A lot of people have problems with him. A lot of people don't like him. We get that. That's a part of life. Everybody's not going to like you. Now, competence. Man, whether you like it or not, you go if you go by if you go how he sounds, go right ahead. He doesn't sound like your perception of what a lawyer should be. Fine. He's a very competent lawyer. He's a very skilled lawyer. He's going to dig into this case. He's going to peel the layers back. He's going to try to find it out. Now, we'll find if there's a racial component. Many people believe it is already. Other cases are being added up. There's been a wild cases going around, people being hung, and they're saying that these are self-deletions. I don't know. They might try to put this on him. They might try to say that he stayed back. Young kid, 18, in college, hanging out with his friends. The whole world's ahead of him. He meets a young lady he's very attracted to. It's hard to believe that he would delete him. Why would he delete himself? At 18, what trauma did he suffer? So yeah, it's gonna be hard to sell that one. And maybe that's why Crump's coming in there. Crump's coming in there. Ben Crump is coming in there to try to say, hey, we need a full investigation. And if you guys won't do it, we'll reach out to the federal authorities. Now, that's where he might run into a problem, because that's the Trump judicial system. And we know Trump, he's probably not going to do that. But we do have a mother who went to social media and she was trying to find out what happened to her kid, like you would do, like anybody would do. Where's my kid? What do you mean you guys left him? What do you mean here's his phone? Why are you giving me, how do you have his phone? Why doesn't he have his phone? What do you mean? Oh, talk to my lawyer. What's going on? She wants answers. And that's what I believe. This is why she leaned toward Benjamin Crump. And Mississippi, it has its history, storied history of racism. And this is going to open up a lot of racial wounds. And we're in the middle of this SEC boycott. You got old Mississippi. You got a Confederacy. You got what is that thing? Colonel Reb. You had a slave, a plantation owner walking around the sidelines of old Mississippi, a university, dressed up as a slave. The guy looks like Colonel Sanders, but it's not. It's Colonel Reb. And it's offensive. And it's offensive. Many people say it's not, right? And so, well, you of course you're not offended by it. You're not a descendant of slaves. Oh, can't you take a joke? Get over it. No, I don't want to see this mask. Find something else. Find something else. This is offensive. And we're going to that land right now. We're going to Mississippi. Black kid hanging out with his white friends. Issues, concerns, found unresponsive. Trying to figure out the autopsy, cause of death, trying to figure that out. You might have to do another one of those. What happened? And enters Benjamin Crump. Enter Benjamin Crump. And how much of this is Trump? How much of this do you blame Donald Trump for? Like I said, that we needed leadership. We needed a president that was going to sit in the Oval Office and guide us and heal the country and bring the country together. Not Democrat, not Republican, but Americans. Now we stand together. He hadn't done that. In fact, he's been the main person separating us. Now we have another racial incident. Another racial incident. And the white supremacist, he wants the black person to forget the past, ignore history. But isn't this this was an 18-year-old college kid, football player. He didn't see race. Get out of here with this. This guy, he wasn't timid. He wasn't suspect of his friends. He didn't walk around saying, well, I'm the only black guy, I don't know. He didn't think like that. This guy deserves justice. This guy deserves a fair hearing. People need to investigate this crime. Trust the system. His family's trusting the systems. Nobody's talking to him. Trust the system. Trust the system. He's trusting the system. Nobody's talking to him. Nobody's comforting the family. They suspect that there's ill play. So enters who? Benjamin Crump. Here comes Benjamin Crump. And you're going to see the scabs ripped off the wounds of Mississippi. The past is going to be revealed. The history of Mississippi is going to be revealed on the national worldwide stage. What happened? Can we get a confession? Can the individual who's responsible walk up and confess for the future of the nation? Can he confess to his crimes and say, hey, I got mad. It was other things going on. And for the sake of the nation, I confess, because we don't need to be divided anymore. We don't. Mississippi, Tennessee, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, one. We are all one nation under God. We're not Democrats. We're not Republicans. We're not whites. We're not blacks. We are one. All Americans. This guy deserves justice. His family deserves answers. We'll see if Trump is the one to guide us. Uh-oh, we already got him here. They showed up. Let's hurry up and make it a race issue and call his friends. No, that's what you said. That's what you said, brother. I didn't say that. And then he this is how he justified. Okay, well, you know what? You just got kicked up out of here. Don't bring your racism in here. How are you going to complain about racism, then in the last paragraph spew racism? This is ridiculous, bro. Here we go. Here we go. We're going to need the police to do a full investigation. We're going to need the family to be comforted and the family to feel good. That's what we need. We know where what we're living in. If we're one nation, then we'll see. Yeah, we got to all come together, man. Now, let me say this to the chat. I'm not Benjamin Crump. Okay? I'm not Benjamin Crump. So don't talk to me like I'm Benjamin Crump. I'm not Benjamin Crump. But I do know how Benjamin Crump operates. Okay? Now, the family reached out to him. Why don't you try to figure out why they reached out to him? Why don't you say, why did the family reach out to him? And we're going to wait till we see more evidence. Who says we're not? That's what we're doing now. But they went out and they got Benjamin Crump. That in itself is a red flag to America. Why are you reaching out to Benjamin Crump? You know how you raised your kid. What's the issue? Let's figure this thing out. Let's sit down. But if they feel like they're not getting the information that they deserve, if they feel that way, what do you think they're going to do? Says America will never be united. We are one, man. Mississippi, Tennessee, Arkansas, Alabama, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, Virginia, California, California, California. We are one. We're one nation. This case, let's find out what happened in this case. We had a guy in the chat box. I had to I had to block him. He came in here with his racism. He came in here screaming race. He came in here trying to clear individuals that were involved in the case. How do you know? Let's find out what happened. Can we wait till the evidence comes in? And why did the family? I'm gonna tell you something. In my opinion, they reached out to Benjamin Crump because they don't think they're going to get a fair hearing. They don't believe they're going to be treated fair. That's what they believe. They don't believe he's going to be treated fair. It says right here, Ben Crump's firm. For the people who think that some kind of way you can, I know how he sounds, but for the people who think he doesn't know what he's talking about or doesn't know what he's doing, Ben Crump's firm has brought in over $1 billion in positive verdicts, settlements for his clients, and has won over 200 wrongful death suits to date. Very competent individual. Now, we are willing to let the evidence lead us where this case goes. I don't understand why people have such a problem with this. I don't have a problem with this. Let's let the evidence take us where the case goes. If it leads us down the road of racism, we have to accept that. We can't then run around and whine and complain and listen to Fox News and play victim. Oh, we the victims. Just black folk. We the victims. And go listen to Jason Whitlock. Can't do that. Gotta let the evidence take us down the road. But once again, there's a lack. Maybe it's something going on where a family reaches out to Benjamin Crump. This is a family, in my opinion, they're multicultural. They're multiracial family. A multiracial family, your kid plays with other races, goes out, hangs out with all the dates other races. You yourself is in an interracial relationship. You feel the need to reach out to Benjamin Crump? I'm just confused about that part. So maybe there's into this family, they feel that something's lacking. Something's lacking. So what is it? We don't know, but I'm just saying maybe she feels something in this case is not right. So she reached out to Benjamin Crump, and he's come. He's accepted. And I'm saying that Mississippi, these are unique places. These are unique places right here. These are unique places. When you start talking racial cases in Mississippi, they got a lot of bodies buried. I mean, in the sense that rabbit hole goes deep. And to be honest with you, that's not the place that you want to agitate race. Got a lot of historical cases, and Benjamin Crump has now been involved. I do hope the family speaks out and say, "Why you're so multicultural, so multiracial? Why would you feel that you need a civil rights attorney?" I'm not saying you can't have your rights violated. It seems to some degree you do have to wonder what's going on. People were thinking racism when those two brothers deleted themselves. They thought it was a race issue. Autopsy by two people said it was, let's go, Brandon. Okay. What's up with you do business? What? Okay. Let me drop this link, man. I'm trying to figure out why they would do that. Well, to me, I'm serious. I mean, you know who your kid hangs out with. You know, he's 18. He doesn't just go and go to say, "Hey, I'm going on this trip," and don't tell his family. So she said she didn't know where he was. You do have to wonder why they left him there. I mean, I don't even understand that. But maybe he's been on that island before. And we don't know what happened. We're trying to figure that out. Wilbur says those brothers didn't delete themselves. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that case. I'm not familiar with that case. And yeah, racial lines. You're going to see people draw lines in the sand. And as the people have said, we got to see where the evidence goes. But see, I think the family doesn't trust the police department. I think that's why they reached out to Benjamin Crump because yeah, they got to do the investigation. They got to go through it. The autopsy. They got to sit back and go over that. You know, but they reached out to Benjamin Crump, and he's a part of this case now. Now he's certainly competent counsel. Individual was found unalived, 18 years old. He went on a trip with his friends. If you see race, it was him and a bunch of white guys. If that matters, it was four friends going on a trip. One of them didn't come back. The mother doesn't understand what's going on. She doesn't feel comfortable with what she's getting. She's not assured. She then requested Benjamin Crump come in and represent her family. And that's where it seems like we're at right now. Like the stream, brother. Like the stream. Do you think Benjamin Crump can get down to the bottom of this? And let me say this right here. Will you be agitated with Benjamin Crump? I don't have to go down his resume. Is that going to agitate? I'm saying in the community, the white community, are they going to be aggravated when Benjamin Crump brings his brand of justice to Mississippi? I think they will be. And that's why we need a president who's going to hold us together. That's why we need a president who's going to stand up and keep this case, keep this family assured. You have to have faith in the system, man. You just got to trust the system. That's just the country we live in. You got to trust the system. You got to trust the judges are going to be fair. That's the whole justice. Lady Justice is blind. She's blind. I think that people don't trust the system, man. I think the Carmelo Anthony case. We just had the Chow case. We had the Asian guy. He deleted the 14-year-old kid. He got off. Now you just had the Carmelo Anthony case in the stand your ground state. He got 35 years. I think that a lot of people are losing faith in the system. And there are people who don't want to deal with that. There are people who say, you shut up. You shut up. Well, that ain't how it works, man. Telling me to shut up. That's not history. That's not how we litigate things. The family reached out. This is a multicultural, this is a family interracial marriage. This is a multicultural, multi-interracial family. They reached out to Benjamin Crump. Where are we, man? Where are we going? Where's the doubt? Why do they have such a doubt in the system? Look at that. Now, this is racist right here. This guy. There we go. Bro, you know what, bro? I'm going to start. You know what? You cannot be fair, because if you're fair, people are going to try to take advantage of you. You really can't be fair. We got white supremacists in the chat box dropping N-bombs, demanding that they were at the case. You know what happens? Do you know? You don't know what happened. And I do think that's the problem. I don't think that there are people who don't want black people to have fairness. They don't believe in justice for black people. They really don't. What's up with you, do business?
What's good with you, Platt?
What's up?
Man, just checking out the show. I saw that story earlier. Very unfortunate. I mean, it's happened a number of times to different black people, our people. The thing is that I mean,
So if you hang out, so do business. If you hang out with white guys
Mm-hmm.
Majority white guys. Most of the time, that's your friends. A bunch of pictures. That's he would always he be the only white. And one morning, they go back to town
Mm-hmm.
and they find you unresponsive. Should someone assume that it was a racial aspect, or even that you had something to do with it?
What do you
Your
mean?
friends, I'm saying your friends, you go with them, they leave, they find you the next morning unresponsive. Should Is it fair for people to assume that the friends may have had something to do with it?
Absolutely.
Why is it
Absolutely.
why does that bother people so much?
Well, because like I said, I mean, when you're dealing with Caucasians, they're very sophisticated with doing things. Uh, so yeah, they're very slick, and they're gonna do whatever they got to do to cover their tracks. But I mean, the same thing can happen if you're hanging out with with your own people. So
Yeah, yeah, right.
the race thing really doesn't matter, but it does matter. You see what I'm saying? It matters, but it doesn't matter.
We're President Trump, he's president.
Hmm.
We saw with Obama, we saw uh, Mike Brown, we saw all of these incidents, Trayvon Martin,
Yeah, yeah,
Donald Trump. They hung that on Obama's neck like a fat gold chain. And Fox News hung that on his neck like a big fat gold chain.
yeah. I
Why
mean,
can't you say Trump is president? He's responsible. We just had the Chow, the 14-year-old boy, shot
right.
in the back 200 yards from the store. You got Carmelo Anthony in the stand your ground state, 35 years. And now you got black kid hanging out with a majority white friend base, found unresponsive, found unalived. And now the people automatically act as though they've been there, and they're saying, you don't know. Who said I knew? I never said I knew. I know the family doesn't feel comfortable with the investigation. That's why they went and got Benjamin Crump. And before
Yeah,
you
yeah,
attack Benjamin Crump, why don't you try to figure out why the families are? Why don't you say, hey, you in an interracial relationship? Why are you uncomfortable with the investigation? Why don't nobody? But nobody wants to do that.
yeah,
Nobody wants to do that. That family don't see no race, man. Them people want justice for their son. Them people don't see no. Their kid grew up playing with white. They don't even see stuff like that.
yeah. I mean, a lot of us done that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it just like I said, it just depends on the way your family teaches you. But then you got to use your own judgment. So I mean, it's good to do to grow up around blacks if you're black and experience with other cultures because it just teaches you how to move. I mean, if when I was growing up, if I'm hanging out with some white people, it's probably we probably hooping or something, but it's a mixed environment. Or you may be at a movie theater or something, but never go to their house, never hang out with a bunch of white people. That's just something that
Well, no, well, not just I've hung out with a lot of white people. I was not found unresponsive.
well, like I said,
Yeah,
everyone is different. That's just me. I never done that because
it's nothing to do. It's
well,
absolutely nothing to do. You maybe you work with them and y'all go out every Thursday and have something to eat.
yeah,
You're not going to be found unresponsive the next day.
I got you. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, even with that, like I said, I just never trusted them like that. I just don't do that based on the history of America. So I mean, I don't have anything against them. It's just with them, it's just like I said, nowadays, it's just business. But I ain't really hanging out with them on a personal level. Not saying that I won't smash a white chick or something. I mean, or take her out on a date, but
Mhm. That's
I
all you
ain't,
really want to do,
I ain't
Smash.
really, I ain't really trying to get mixed in with their family like that. You got to watch that kind of stuff. So I mean, the
Mhm.
interracial dating and marriage is gonna happen, but as a black person, you just got to be careful at all times, man. So I mean, like I said, I think that they had something to do with it, but it's possible that they didn't. But if that's your homie, y'all all hanging out together. I mean, if you go together, then y'all come back together. So how could you not blame them if
Why,
they're all
why do
hanging
you
out.
feel? Why do you feel the mother and the father? Why do you feel they feel uncomfortable with the direction of the investigation?
I mean, I guess maybe they want a different lawyer. I mean, did they contact him or something, or he just jumped in on it? This Ben Crump guy.
I don't know. I would be assuming. I don't know. But they've accepted him as their representative.
Yeah, yeah, the popularity that he has. I mean, I don't really, like the dude for real. He just only show up when,
Mm.
I
Yeah,
don't really.
that does make you wonder about justice, right? If you only show up, for, okay, if I need some help, but it's not a national case,
Right.
they won't help me.
They're not
But
gonna do that.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. You do have to wonder about justice. Like, hey, is this about justice or something else?
Yeah, something has to happen to you. I mean, something physically has to happen to you, or something tragic has to happen. But if you just, you could be getting harassed or whatever situation you're going through, and a lot of lawyers are not going to take the case because it's not beneficial to them. So it's definitely about the money and the popularity. So, like I said, I don't really like the dude. I don't like him at all. I think he's a phony. I think he's a
Mm.
slime ball, and I would never want someone like that representing me at court for
Hold
nothing.
up. I hope the chat box hear this. I hope y'all hear. Did you hear what he just said? That's a black man. Did you hear his assessment of Benjamin Crump? What could you repeat that? Do business?
Like I said, I don't like him. I think he's a phony, and he's a slime ball. Like I said, I just don't like dudes like that. Can't trust them. They're not authentic. They're not real. Like I said, I don't trust him at all. I don't even want to sit next to him at a restaurant. I don't even want to be in the same building with him. I don't like him at all.
Oh, I hate to go down this rabbit hole. Do business. I'm asking you. I hate to go down this rabbit hole. Now, what he was? They said July 4th. I'm gonna do it right now. I know I'm gonna regret it. 4th, July 4th.
Mhm.
How many black teens lost their lives? I know in Jackson, Mississippi. Shit. Let's go with
Yeah,
Jackson, Mississippi. Okay, in
yeah,
Jackson,
yeah.
because they thugging out there, bro.
Yeah, they be getting, yeah, I know.
Let's see. How many July 4th? Oh, none. It says none. So there you go. Yep. Guess what it brings up? 18-year-old Nolan Xavier. Okay. So no. So you see what I'm saying? You go and find out. There was no problems on the 4th. The only
But
reported
not in Jackson.
unaliving was him. Was him. Was him. So yeah, it's gonna this is this is gonna be interesting. Let's try a whole entire Mississippi though. Let's try the entire Mississippi. Only one black teen in Mississippi lost his life. 18-year-old Nolan Xavier Wells. One guy.
Hmm.
One guy. You guys hear that? So don't come. You can't come up with all of that black on black crime stuff. It don't. That ain't gonna fly. It wasn't none. Wasn't none. It was one guy, Nolan Wells.
Yeah,
Nolan Wells lost his life.
yeah. I
And the
mean,
family doesn't feel comfortable. Clearly, they don't. They've reached out to Benjamin Crump. And we need healing. That's what a president done. A president is our leader. He heals us. He shows us the right way. Trump's a different type of president. So you've seen this. You just saw at the Chow, um, Mr. Chow, the Chinese businessman, blew a hole in the back of a 14-year-old boy and was found not guilty. We had the Carmelo Anthony. He's given 35 years.
hmm,
And now we got this guy, Nolan Wells, found after hanging out with his friends, found unresponsive. Family doesn't feel comfortable, doesn't feel assured. They bring in Benjamin Crump.
Yeah, man. Everything ain't about money all the time. Because it's not going to bring their son back. So I mean, yeah. Let's just say after everything comes out, they get compensated or something. It money doesn't solve everything, every situation. So um, all we
Mhm.
got to do is just let it play out. But uh, like I said, I think they had something to do with it. And if they say they didn't, and then it's a mass cover up because Horn Island, where is that? I never even heard of a place. Is that in America?
Oh, it's like a little beach. It was pretty crowded too, though. No, I never heard of it myself. But there's some video because there was a bunch of people, about maybe I think over 100 people. So
Mm,
people were videotaping this. So they went and got older video from when that happened. They got pictures, they got video of him. Now, who knows? There might be even more video. But
mm.
some guy got punched in the nose. I saw that. The older guy, he pumped. I don't know what that was. I have no idea what that was. He punched the guy. I don't know. But Benjamin Crump's been bought into the mix. Do you think
Yeah.
he's needed to do business?
Nah, like I just told you, I don't like the dude. He's like an opportunist. You know what I'm saying? Like
Uh,
he's not really for the people like you think. I mean, I know he spoke up about the I don't know if it was Malcolm X or Martin Luther King's. They said something about some FBI stuff. I mean, I guess that was cool, but even with that, it's like it's plenty of people that was speaking up about that way before him or trying to find out what happened to those brothers. So like I said, dudes like him, man, it, it's just a goofball, man. Slime ball, goofy, just trying to come up.
well,
Like
why is the family bringing him in?
because of the popularity. That's it, man. The popularity, man. When things like this happen, I mean, you really
Mm,
should really get down to the bottom of it, man. You need a lawyer that's really gonna fight for you and really find out what happened to to your loved one, based on genuality. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, okay, you may have to compensate them for that, but like I said, it's just a certain way you carry yourself. But a lot of these lawyers, I'm telling you, a bunch of them, they're slime balls, man. I'm telling you straight up. Everybody has to get paid. I get that. No different than a crooked car salesman, a real estate person that may sell somebody a trash house, you know, for a price that they probably should be paying. You just have to watch everyone that you come in contact with because they could be using you for whatever reason, man. So,
mhm.
like I said, I do not like this dude. Don't like him at all.
Well, um, because of the history of Mississippi, it's this is going to be a situation with him there because if he wants to fan racial fires, he has plenty of embers in Mississippi. Yeah, plenty of them, plenty of pilot lights. You just light it if that's what he wants to do. So and like I said, we're one with Mississippi, Arkansas, Virginia, California, Colorado,
Mhm.
North Dakota, New Mexico, Texas. One nation. We're not black, we're not white, we're one. We're not Democrat, we're not Republican. We are one.
Yeah,
I don't understand why this case, already in the chat, first had to block 3 people. Guy came in here screaming, bringing his racism in here. Why these guys always bringing up the race? And this man hung out with white kids. Isn't this the type of black guy that, isn't that what we be lectured about? Be a good guy. That guy was in college.
yeah,
The kid didn't see race. And they don't want this guy to get a fair hearing. I don't get that. Why can't his family want justice?
yeah, yeah. They deserve justice. Like I said, it's just like I said. I mean, he was 18 years old. I mean, like I said, I saw he did play sports and all that. I mean, that's cool. I mean, honestly, man, I just think that I understand that his father's married to what is she, Asian or something?
Yeah. No, they say I don't know. Be honest with you, I don't know. I've heard so many different things, on Twitter. Somebody said she was white. Somebody said she was Asian. I don't know.
Yeah, man. I mean, you got to teach your children how to move. You know, what I'm saying, around Caucasians, man. I mean, I even put that spirit into my daughter when she was like real young. I remember dropping off at school and with this white dude that opened the door. And I ain't really like that. You know what I'm saying? I looked at him real funny. And he was just doing his job. But my daughter looked at him like,
Mhm.
"Don't touch me." You know what I'm saying? She went on about her business, so I kind of put that spirit in her, like real young, like I don't really trust Caucasians like that. Like I said, I don't have anything against them, but growing up around them, going to school with them, they ain't always the best people to be around. Some of them are cool, but a lot of them are not.
Yeah, but you can
Really
say
not.
that. But you can say that about any group, right?
Yeah, you could say
Okay.
that. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, with them, it's just different. I'm telling you, they just they be on
No,
some
it's
other stuff that
interesting
you
that you
can't even
have that
explain,
take,
man.
man. No, it's interesting that you have that take. It is, and that's the thing. It ain't a whole lot of different groups who listen to this channel, but the few that do, that's his take. It's interesting that he thinks that, and man, I just hope this thing is played out fair. In this country, we need this. We need to heal. We can't have a case where a family like this, you raise your kids up not to see color, follow the rules. The guy's in college and he winds up found unresponsive on a beachhead after he stays behind. And they say it was because he had met a girl. And, we get, okay, you 18, you met a girl. Next day, he's found unresponsive. The family is not comfortable with what they're being told. They reach out to Benjamin Crump.
So I mean, what did the girl look like? Was she Caucasian?
Yeah, she was a white girl. She was straight.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you got to be careful with that. I mean, it's a situation that happened with a young brother. He was hanging out with some Caucasians at their house, and they found him unresponsive in the attic somewhere. And the father was like acting like he ain't know nothing. So, like I said, man, with them, it's you got to watch them at all times, man. You can't be too comfortable around them, even if you live in a neighborhood with them. Like you have to. I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, but what about a kid on an island? Um, I guess with a girl, maybe she left.
Hmm.
Would you want at 18? Would you feel comfortable being on like an island? I mean, it's a small island, but still, would you want to be there by yourself?
Nah, shouldn't
Yeah,
have been
me,
there
I
in the
wouldn't have
first
done
place.
that one, man.
That's what I'm saying. He shouldn't have been there. Now, I mean, it's cool, for you to have, whatever friends you got. I was cool with Latinos too. Nothing wrong with that. But you got to know how to move, man. He honestly, he shouldn't have been there. There's other things that y'all can do. Uh, they could have went to Florida or something. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Alabama got beaches. South Carolina. Anywhere. This place don't even sound right. I ain't never heard of no Horn Island. I don't even know where it's at.
There's a
So I
bunch of
mean,
little places all throughout America. Pretty big country. Do
yeah,
business.
absolutely.
A lot of beaches, probably right in your own city. You don't even know what's there.
Yeah, right, right.
Yeah. Nah, man, it's sad, man.
Really is,
And,
man.
and you got to blame Trump. You can't just let him off the hook. This is his country. He's president. He's presiding over America. And black people, once again, have their souls ripped out. Another unexplained death of a teenager. And I wonder if Trump will put this on his social media. He put the Ukrainian woman when the guy who was mentally ill, took her life. He
Mhm.
put that on his social media. Is he going to stop there, or what about this, Mr. Trump? Are you going to put this on your social media, or
No,
are you
you know that.
stoking racial fires? Are you just doing that, Mr.
Don't
Trump?
you?
Do you want us divided so you can stay in power? Is that what this is about?
They don't care about us like that, man. You could be a celebrity, it don't matter. The whole world got to stop. Just like with the Natalie Holloway thing, that was Tariq was talking about that. Like they stopped the whole world, searching for her. So just because
With
she's
who? You
Caucasian,
know, Natalie Holloway.
yeah. So I mean,
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, that's this country though.
and that's a good thing for America to do that for fellow Americans, around the world. But nobody said anything about the brother that got decapitated in Colombia. The black dude from
Mm,
America was over there, chasing after chicks, and he got decapitated over there in Colombia. You know,
mm.
They ran up on him. He already know the reason. Robbed him and all that kind of stuff. So you know,
Well, man, what's up with you, Miss Lacey? I'm 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 confused. I'm just confused about it because and I'm gonna be for real. I'm really confused at the family because they know what Benjamin Crump does. They know what he brings to the table. Woo! I'm telling you, something's going on there. Something is happening that we don't know about. To go out for them, that group, to go and get Benjamin Crump, you raise your kids up to grow up and don't see race, and your kid, his best friends are different race, and he dates different race women, and he's young and he's very comfortable. You can leave him on an island, and he said they left, and they reach out to Benjamin Crump. What happened to make them think he's necessary in this situation right here?
I mean, he always show up too. He always show up for this kind of stuff, man. It's almost like he's looking for it. I mean, I want you to really think about that. You know what I'm saying? That you got to be pretty low of a person because you even have lawyers that'll tell you that. They're not going to take your case unless you get assaulted or a tragic accident happen. So, but this dude is like I said, I don't really think he care about the people like everyone thinks he does. And see, he probably made millions of
Um,
dollars off a lot of cases. So
yeah, but isn't that the system though? Like, okay, if the system of justice is built in a way where a lawyer can exploit it, right?
hmm
Wouldn't it be well, why? And if you believe in the country, right, and this is the country we live in, wouldn't you say that? Yeah, you can do it. That's the way the system is.
well, I mean, of course you can do it. I mean, because the opportunity to do it is there. Um, well, like I said, I mean,
Okay, so wait a
it's
minute. Let me ask you this: so should he be ethical? Should Benjamin Crump be an ethical lawyer? Should he practice his law based on morals and fairness?
he's an opportunist.
Okay, so
So
he's an
opportunists
opportunist.
can't be fair.
Okay, so what's the guy who sued Jay Z? He sued the NFL. Deshaun Watson, what's that white guy in Texas? He sued. He had 20 women. He opened up and said, "If y'all dealt with Deshaun Watson, give me a call." He put a case against 20 women. Said that, and then
Mhm.
the Texas has to pay money, and Deshaun has to pay money.
Right.
And wasn't that unethical?
Very unethical. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I'm just saying, but I'm just saying. So can we look? Okay, my thing is, okay, can you blame a black person for doing the same thing white people do? Can you turn around and blame? So why is the black guy got to be ethical? That's why does he have to be ethical? You could make a
Right.
case none of them are,
It-
right?
no disagreements.
Okay, so yeah, why expect him to be ethical?
Right. You know what? You have a point. You do have a point because somebody got to fight the case. But with these guys, like you said, the dude that Deshaun Watson or whoever, come out to Shannon Sharp or whatever. I know you don't like me bringing them up, but it's the same thing with those type of people. They look for certain cases or certain people that's involved so they can make a profit. Not saying that they shouldn't make a profit, but you have some lawyers that are public defenders that do it just because that's their job. They're gonna get paid anyway. Nobody is, putting them on TV. You see what I'm saying? Nobody is giving them a national, uh, radio show or something like that. There's a lot of lawyers out here that fight for all kinds of people, and you don't even know who they are,
Mm.
unless you know who they are. But these people, they like TV judges, man. It's a joke.
Yeah, yeah. Only, and this the thing. Only team to lose his life on the floor. Him in the whole state. Isn't that something? Isn't that wild?
Crazy, man.
That's that's wild, bro. And this was a guy who, in my opinion, from looking at his pictures, this guy didn't see race. This black kid,
Hmm.
he didn't. In some kind of way, Benjamin Crump is going to come there and Benjamin will do an investigation. He'll have his people come in and do their own investigation and find out what's going on, man. That's crazy, though. To find that your child, 18-year-old kid, played football, the love of your life. He's grown into a man. He's becoming a man. And one day he doesn't come home and you trying to find him and you're not getting answers. And you take to social media asking if anybody's seen him, and police let you know they found his body on some beachhead. Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, I mean, even with what the brother's saying in the chat, mostly underage drinking and smoking. I mean, that doesn't really matter. What matters is that you go on a trip with some guys that and I don't even know if those were his teammates, because if they were, that would be even worse.
Uh-oh.
You see what I'm saying? But your child is not supposed to go somewhere on a trip that's probably going to take a day or two, if
Hmm.
that, and not come back. It doesn't make any sense.
Says that his white friends saw race. You think they saw race, do business?
Well, I mean, based on the picture that I saw when they was
Hmm.
hanging out together, if those were the guys he was hanging out with, I mean, they seemed like they was pretty cool with each other, but it doesn't mean anything when you're hanging out with Caucasians.
Yeah, well,
Doesn't mean nothing. They can
yeah,
smile with
but
you and all that.
do business. We can't do business. Don't do that, man. Do
I'm
business.
keeping it
You are
100,
better.
man.
You're better than that. Do business. Yes, you're better than that. Do business.
I'm-
Anybody's capable of being a bad person,
that's true.
and it's no, it's not. You can do business just because you hang out. You can hang out with people, and one of them or a bunch of them are bad. So it don't
Mhm.
mean their race really doesn't matter.
That's true. I agree. I agree. I mean, it's certain black people, whoever, Latinos, Asians, Jamaicans, whatever you want to call them. A bad person is a bad person. But I'm gonna say this again: do not trust Caucasians like that, man. I'm trying to tell you, man.
Okay. Well, look, do business. We don't believe in the way you're talking.
I'm based on this case.
No, we don't make statements like that. No, that's not true. You don't have. You can like who you want to like and dislike who you want to dislike, but we don't walk around saying this group of people is bad. Yeah, you got to make because that
That's not what I'm saying,
it's the
Platinum. That
equivalent.
would make
It's
me
the
a
equivalent.
hypocrite.
It is the equivalent of me and a couple of my friends, and another person is a different race, and because we're all the same, they just assume blanketly that we are bad. No, that's just not true. So
That's not what I'm saying, Platinum. I would
you don't
be.
realize that's what you're saying. We don't even want to go down that rabbit hole.
I'm not saying that. That's
No,
not
but
what I'm saying.
we gotta let this case play out too. We got to go in here and find out what happened. We got to do the research and get this family what they deserve, justice. They do deserve justice, man. And that's what kills me about now we're talking about the white supremacist. That's what
Hmm.
kills me about the white supremacist because he doesn't want black people to have fairness and justice. He doesn't. He would want them to take it on the chin all the time.
Now you understand what I'm saying. I'm not
Well,
saying
okay.
all white
Well,
people are bad.
let me say that.
Nah,
So,
I ain't saying that. But just be careful. That's all I'm saying. Just be careful.
well, this kid, man, is not with us, and the family deserves answers, and it's going to bother a bunch of people, man. In Mississippi, yeah, that's really not the place to start digging up. You want to dig up racial wounds? Mississippi's full of them. And with Benjamin Crump in Mississippi, these other news reporters, they're going to start peeling back the layers of Mississippi, and it goes deep. That rabbit hole goes down deep.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they want to heal and they want to come together, man. But
So I mean,
how
is he
can you,
from
man?
Mississippi or was he just going to school there or
I
college or
think he was
whatever?
from there. He was from there. I think so.
Okay.
I think he was there. Is um, what about brothers who like white women? Do they need to be keep their head on a swivel a little bit?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you already know that.
They
That's what I'm
should.
saying. Absolutely, at all times, man. It doesn't
Mm,
even matter if she's your wife. The
mm.
the race dynamics, or if I'm saying the right word, the racial differences are always going to be there. So yeah, anytime a black man is dating, interracially, especially if she's, Caucasian, yeah, people gonna give you looks or whatever, but just being in an interracial relationship, you got to protect yourself at all times as a black man. You have to do these things, man, and you got to look out for you. Don't get caught up, man. You just got to understand how to move out here.
I wonder how this autopsy is going to what it's going to show. What happened, and this is putting pressure on the investigators in Mississippi. It's putting pressure on them because now they can't give you the they can't come back to the family and give them you know this person did it to themselves. They gotta actually have to have because they're being watched. They're being watched by the world now.
Yeah, I mean, just think about that. They've said that a lot. You know, people
That's
just doing stuff to themselves. Like,
that. Hold on, hold on. He said drowning. Do you know that's one of the most painful way to leave to leave this planet?
mhm.
Drowning. That's very painful. That's why most people can't do it.
How did it happen? How
Yeah,
did that happen to this
yeah,
young
it's
man?
hard to do that unless you're trying to swim somewhere, which why? And you go under, man, and you start that your body's not made to take in that water. It's just not made to do it. So, and it's extremely painful. It's just like we all done that. Got a little bit of water. We got a little bit. We just got a little bit of water in our nose, man. We
Yeah,
just a taste. That was pain. That burnt your whole head. Can you imagine you take that much water in, man? That is painful.
in the
So,
ocean too.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
why I'm saying when you say that, that's foul play. That's foul play, man. If they come back and say he drowned, that's foul play. It's hard to do that. It's very hard to do that.
because
God
common
said
sense tells
it's
you not
gonna
to.
show drowning. Go ahead, David.
Nah, I was just saying, common sense tells you not to swim in the ocean. That's not somewhere you need to be swimming at. Now you can drive a boat, jet ski, and all that, but you don't get in the ocean. I know some people like surfing and all that kind of stuff. That's insane. You know, that it's really crazy for you to do that. So
Yeah, if the cause of death was drowning, he was drowned. He was drowned. If I was the family, I refuse to accept that he drowned, but it was like he did it on his own. Now I can't accept that.
Yeah, I mean
At
the same.
18, there's no way. There's no way he drowned.
No way.
Somebody had to be behind it.
You just look at Malcolm Jamal Warner. You know what I'm saying? The same thing happened to him. He went to some country, and you know they said the same thing. He drowned or something, or
Well, he got caught up in a riptide. That's a little bit different. You can't. The current pulls you under.
hmm
So once again, you can make case say it wasn't his fault. No, what I mean is, yeah, he didn't expect that current to catch him and pull him under. He certainly wasn't trying for that to happen, but it's so strong, man, you can't get out of it. And by the time you come up, normally you passed away.
yeah, yeah. No scuba diving for me. I'm good, man. I don't even like being near.
Scuba, you'll be okay. And if you scuba, you can scuba dive. That's a yeah. I got you do business. No, I'll follow you, man. You're right. But
You straight.
this is a strange case, man. I want to know how Trump's going to handle this case. Is he going to speak about it? He just spoke about the soccer match. He took time out of the president of the United States takes time of his busy schedule to talk about a foul in a soccer match. Why aren't you talking about these cases? Carmelo Anthony, why aren't you talking about these cases? Cyrus, who got shot in the back. Why aren't you making comments about this? Now we got this case of Nolan Wells. Are you going to comment about that? Or are you going to still talk about a card in a soccer match? This is ridiculous, man. This is
Yeah, I'm
crazy,
still
man.
here.
How are we going to come together, man? I don't know how we're going to come together, do business with this president and what he deems important. He wants to talk about a soccer match. He doesn't want to talk about the children who've lost themselves. And he does have to deal with his base, though. If he spoke about this case, he would be betraying his base. His base don't want him to talk about this case. Like the stream, brother. There we go. Goodbye. Woo. Like the stream, brother. He's involved now, brother. You can make a case that Benjamin Crump was brung into this case to generate publicity and controversy so that the cameras would come. You can make a case about that. And why is that? That's why you have to assure your citizens everybody's got to feel comfortable with the system. Everybody's got to feel comfortable. You got to have a police force that looks like the community. You got to have a judicial system that looks reflective of the community, or you're going to cause people to have doubts, cracks in the system. So we got to take a look at this, man.
Yeah, yeah, man. Just think about the topic. Normally, some of your topics, the chat room be, packed, and people be on the panel. But when you talk about stuff like this, it's just, nobody cares. You know what I'm saying? It is a good thing that you
Yeah, that's
care.
sad. That's sad. Nobody cares.
Yeah, yeah. Prime example.
Well, I mean, they well, it's more to that though. It's more to it than you would think. Uh, this is a legitimate case, and this is a legitimate case, man. And we need Trump. he needs to talk about this case. He needs to try to help. He needs to focus on trying to bring some type of peace to the
Hmm.
family, reassure the community that we're still together. We need a president who's going to do that. Talking about the stock market when most people don't have money in the stock market.
Right.
Um, Talking about a soccer game that no, I didn't. Did you see that? Did you watch the soccer game? Did you watch the USA soccer game?
That's one sport that I just can't get with. I can't get with the soccer thing. I'm just not interested in it. They make a lot of money though, but eh, I can't really rock with the soccer.
Yeah. So you do that, and meanwhile, our country it looks like it's unraveling, man. Now, I can't believe that. You just had the Carmelo Anthony trial now, right on that within what 30 days of his 35-year conviction. And we see that they're trying to appeal that and they're going after the judge in that case. We get Nolan Wells found on a beachhead after hanging out with his white friends. Family notifies Ben Crump. Family suspects some type of racial uh, issue. They wouldn't contact Benjamin Crump if they didn't suspect something racial happened to their son.
Yeah, because I mean, the thing is, platinum is that when our people do things to each other, then it kind of makes the system look at us like if you don't care about you, then why should we? So yeah, they're definitely going to punish us at times, like the Carmelo Anthony thing or anyone. But I mean, it's also some of our people that actually receive fair justice and get a chance to go home. So yeah, you have to have faith in the system because it's all we got, as far as like the law. So yeah, I mean, you got to work with it. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But it's just unfortunate, man. Because I mean, a young lady down in Miami lost her life. Some influencer. She was like 21. They
Hmm.
they blasted up her truck or whatever. And like, man, like
Hmm.
every day it's something happening
No, she went.
everywhere.
She went to the club, got into a fight with another girl. They was some street chicks,
Mm,
and one of them called some street dudes,
mm-hmm,
and she was in a Lambo, and they followed the Lamborghini home, and they shot up in the Lamborghini. In the process, took her life, and it was two other guys in that car. They got shot, but they took her life, and they're trying to find out who did that. But it's pretty typical. I mean, you go to the nightclub, you get in a fight, things can spill out into the streets, and things can go left. And she had a promising future too, man. She was young. She was
damn.
making about $500,000 a year. She was an influencer, and she just simply went to the wrong place, man, and got into a fight. And you know, they've tailed her home, and that's the world we live in. They got cameras, though. They're gonna all them guys are gonna be caught because they got cameras all over the place, and they were showing the car following. They got the whole video, the whole thing.
Yeah, damn, man. It's
Got to leave the ghetto alone, man. You got to let that go, man. If I was her brother and she was an influencer making about 500,000 a year,
yeah,
I would have told her you got to stop. She said, "I'm finna go to Teddy's." I would have said, "You can't go to Teddy's no more. You got a lot going for you. That's just not the place you need to go. They real wild out there." And so to some degree, that's what I'm saying. You got to say, "I ain't going there. I'm not going to a place like." She went to the wrong place, in my opinion. And I also think the Lamborghini. I think that had a lot to do with it. When you
mm-hmm,
flexing like that, that's piss people off. You only one rolling something like that, a Lambo, yeah, that's gonna just get people in their feelings. So gotta let it go, man. And when we can't let it go, it comes back to hunt us. It's just like dating the hood chicks.
Mm-hmm.
You there's a limit to that. When you have a lot to lose, man, as much as you may like them, they're just a risk. They're just too risky.
Not worth it at all, dog.
Yeah.
I was done with that by 27. Like that's enough for me, man.
Hmm.
Damn.
People, they're detrimental, man, and they can cost a man everything he's working hard for
Yeah.
because they don't want to change. They just don't want to change, and they want to create problems. Like the stream, man. Support the platform, man. We trying to figure this thing out. Benjamin Crump has been called in. I need not explain exactly what he's going to do. He brings a certain dynamic to the conversation. The, you can make a case the family made it racial. I'm just saying you can make a case the family made it racial. To because they bringing in Benjamin Crump. Now I can see if they waited and then they came back and then the family felt that the investigation was botched or something else, but they reached out to him already and he's accepted to represent them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got the Carmelo Anthony trial where they sort of like Charleston White suggested that he don't go after these guys, and a lot of people looking like that was a mistake, and they're not
Yeah.
going to
Right.
repeat that same mistake, man. Yeah, they looked at it and said, "Nah, man, you got to bring these civil right attorneys and the Al Shaw. I don't know how much he's doing it because of his age, but you got to bring these types of guys into these cases."
Nah, he ain't nowhere to be found being Crump with the Carmelo thing. Now, if the roles were reversed and something happened to Carmelo, then yeah, show up then. So yeah, once you fight for the young brother, you see what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
he knows that he ain't gonna get compensated for that because they already convicted him. So yeah, man, he's another slime ball lawyer, man.
Well, it's the system we live in, man. It's unfair, and most people keep to themselves, though, do business. Most right now in America, if you are a black person, you're pretty much going to keep to yourself. You're not going to
Yeah,
hang, your team's not necessarily, you might hang out with the football team. I know a guy back when Eli Manning was in college. There was a guy, he was at home for like college break. And I ran into him and he showed me the pictures. He said, "Yeah, I played for Ole Miss." And but now he was like a third string guy, right? And I said,
yeah,
"What's Eli like, man?" He said, "Man, Eli cool, man." He said, "But I'm like third string." He said, "No, I don't really." He said, "Well, I don't really hang out with him." He said, "I know him, but." I said, "Well, who does he hang out with?" He said, "Well, the center." He said, "Most of the time on campus, you're gonna see him with the center, and that was a wide receiver." And he said, "Those like friends, man. And I said, "What about the running back stuff?" He said, "Nah, not really, man. Those are his friends, right?" And I said, "Well, why don't you, maybe he can help you get in the pros?" He said, "Nah, man, it don't work like that."
it
And said,
doesn't.
Yeah, yeah. So most people, and he was on a football team, they don't really they hang out with the type of people that they feel comfortable with. And sometimes they're criticized for it, but this guy right here, unfortunately, he's going to be criticized for what he did. Um, you think he made a mistake do business? You think he should have had more black people in his friendship world?
Well, like I said, I mean, you have to trust. I mean, not trust, but you can't trust everyone. I mean, like I said, I mean, I had to stop hanging out with my crew when I was growing up. A couple of guys had to cut them off. You know what I'm saying? And they were some brothers, but they was on some other stuff, and I recognized that. I got betrayed. Somebody got a TV playing or something.
Oh,
Somebody on the panel.
Yeah, no background noise, bro.
But now, I got betrayed by one of my homies, so I was like, I got to cut you off, man. You know what I'm saying? And then, the other homie, he ain't really do nothing. We just didn't hang out together. But I mean, I ain't had no problem with him. But one of my homies in the crew, I was like, man, I can't believe you did that, man. Tried to smash my chick and thought I wasn't gonna find out about it. And
Yeah.
she told on it.
A lot of times they'll smash. They will smash, but they'll lie about that part. But they will tell them that you trying to smash them.
I cut him and the chick off. I got rid of both of them. Like, man, get out of my. So I mean, it happens, man.
Do you think we're comfortable do business in an America that doesn't see race? Like there's no such thing as black. There's no such thing as white. You think that we're comfortable like that?
Nah, man. I mean, America always put race on everything, man. That's just our country, man.
I think it's depending on the situation.
What's good? Is that Tabor?
Yeah,
Yeah.
what's up with you, do
What's
Benny?
good with you, man? Chilling, man. What's good?
What's happening with you, Platt? Man, Platt, I hate I missed your conversation the other day. You came up late. I was going to sleep, man. I had an issue.
Well,
But man,
that's more important, brother. But I mean, but yeah, go ahead, Tabor.
with what y'all just said, man, I think it's like it's subjective, right? Because you'll have the white boss and he'll give you the promotion and you rock with him for 10, 20 years. They got cats out here like that at certain jobs. So it's all depending on what you trying to do. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, they have their side conversations in their highs and their friend groups or whatever, but nah, man, I think people don't really they look at race, but only when they have to, you know.
Mm-hmm. What do you think that Nolan Wells was he living a dream?
Nah,
Because
man, he was just
look,
he.
looks
Go
like he
ahead.
hung out with mostly people who are not his same race.
I mean, that's why he fit in. I went to school with cats like that. I mean, if you looked at some of our friend groups, like for me back in the day, like I hung out with everybody, bro. We hung out with the females, the males, right, the white boys, the Asians, the Hispanics. Like we went to all their parties, like you know what I'm saying. Like they just move. Everybody moved different. You know what I'm saying? But what people own, you never know what they own because they was raised how they was raised, and you don't know because you don't see that at school unless you immerse yourself in what they got going on. You would never know.
Yeah, but from the pictures we saw, right? Based on that, he was oftentimes the only black guy in the room amongst other races, right? Do you think that he was living a fantasy that they found him unresponsive? Do you think that maybe he was naive about life?
Nah, man, he's just being a kid. He's just be, you know what I'm saying? Like just moving and grooving. He
Mm,
just happy with who he happy with. And to be honest with you, bro, I kid you not, Platt. Me and when I was in high school, I had moved to Lafayette, Louisiana, right? And one of my closest friends, he white. There's a dude named Joe. Me and Joe in Lafayette, like this '04. Me and Joe was the only black people at a party of at least 100 white people, bro. At least 100, bro. They own camps, they own
okay.
farms.
Mhm.
Like this, that's the argument that I had on my. I don't know, you probably never seen my video, but I was talking about the bonfire versus the cookout because they be doing a lot at the bonfire, bro. I promise you, it was two black people, bro. That was me and Joe, and we
Yeah,
wrote with this. Go ahead,
you was well received there.
I'm
Everything was
bro.
cool.
Man, everything was cool, bro. The bud was passed, the drinks was passed. We was in high
Mhm.
school. You know, the white
Mhm.
boys had everything. I'm not gonna hold you. They had the
Mhm.
money, they had the cars. Me and him rode together in the same person's car. The only
Why,
two, bro. And we was just
why they bringing Benjamin Crump into this? He's a
man.
civil rights attorney. Um, looks like the boy was raised in a mixed environment. The mother is believed to be Asian, and the father is a black person. The kid obviously clearly had a bunch of mixed friends, friends of other races. He dated women of other races.
as he
Why
should.
is why is Benjamin Crump being pulled into this case?
They trying to make a statement, man. Like at some point, everybody that like all these black cases that's going on, like boys need to be bringing in people that's gonna actually fight for the situation because it's either they gonna let their son fall by the wayside like they did with Carmelo, or they go step for him, bro. And it's only so many ways you can step.
Do you think that Carmelo case woke America up
No,
that you still need a Benjamin Crump?
no.
You don't think so? Well, I mean, like they tried to go. Charleston told them not to deal with guys like Benjamin Crump, and he was found guilty. He's going to do 35 years. Now they're trying to go backwards and undo and get an appeal, but because the family stayed away from guys like those other guys, they stayed away from those guys. In fact, the lawyer they had, the lawyer they originally had, got rid of him, got a whole new lawyer and all of that. And now their son's going to do 35, unless they reverse it. You're looking at this family. You don't think this family may be thinking, well, we can't wait because if we wait and trust the system, we're going to get screwed. So we got to go ahead and bring him in now to put
I'm
weight and pressure on this case.
I mean, I can see that, but I also, based on, I'm gonna go by what Charleston say, right? Because for the most part, you can only go by what people say. Man, Charleston is a cat that be, if he really be in them courtrooms like he say and be changing laws, he probably knows some things that most people don't know. So he gonna tell you about a nigga. You feel what I'm saying? And that's part of the problem with most of us is that we don't say nothing when niggas do us wrong in situations like that. Like my court case with my baby. I don't know. I think I told you about it. How the dude was, and he was black, and I thought he was gonna help me out type situation, but man, somebody probably would have told me it was somebody on here that was just like, yeah, if he knew your baby mama in high school, he should have removed himself from that case. He didn't do that. I didn't know that. And he didn't say that. So he that type of person. You feel what I'm saying? So Charleston, man, people be doing slash things, bro. They do slash shit, bro. I gotta say it, bro. Just like that, bro. You know they do.
Well, why'd the family call Benjamin Crump?
Cause his name holds some weight and
Yeah,
they
but
need
why?
some.
I'm saying if you raise your family up the way they raised him up, you see the pictures, you see where he's very comfortable being the only black guy in all these different places. Why would that family reach out to Benjamin Crump? Is there something they know? Is there something maybe one of the friends that they may be suspicious about?
Well, didn't you say his daddy was black?
Yeah, his dad is, yeah.
So as a black man, all you can do is get another black man to articulate it for you and hope for the best. And if he's one of the best, right, his name holds some weight and he can pick up that phone and make that call, it's going to be a level of understanding that no other person of other races that can really articulate what he need to be said, if that makes sense.
I, I think they're jumping the gun. I think they raised their kid to trust the system. Clearly, that's what they believe in, which is fine.
Yeah.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But now, to me, in all of a sudden, they don't trust the system. I don't get that. I don't
I,
get
I,
it. Now you don't trust the system. You raised your kid to be comfortable in white spaces. Clearly, he is. He's dating white women.
I mean,
He's very comfortable doing that, and they're comfortable with him. Now, all of a sudden, you don't feel comfortable about the direction of the case or the evidence of the case, or that you call him Benjamin Crump. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I'm confused about this case. I'm very confused about this case.
I don't think they raised him to be comfortable in white spaces. I think they just raised him to just be a human, bro. Just move. You know what I'm saying? Where you happy at is where you happy at. You know, the people that relate to you, like, because it's like black in high school, and I didn't seen it, and some of y'all done seen it too, right? You have the black kid that got things going on, their family doing right by that kid, said kid, throughout high school, Start of school, they got new clothes. Christmas time, they got new clothes. Throughout the year, they get new clothes. They got new shoes throughout all year. They got football gear. They got the basketball gear. You feel what I'm saying? And niggas hate on that. You know what I'm saying? But if you go around the white boys, I'm not gonna hold you, bro. They move different. You know, they can wear the worn out Chuck Taylors and worn out shoes. You ain't gotta be fresh all day. Every day, everywhere
Yeah,
you go.
but okay. But the question, Jabor, is why does the family not have faith in the system? They've been trusting the system. Why all of a sudden you don't trust the system?
Because they got somebody had to set them down. Somebody set them down and was
Huh?
honest with them. Like you can't walk around. This is what I told you before, man. You can't walk around America and be blind, bro. You can have faith with certain things, but it's like when we talking about the legal system, bro. It ain't no if you black or you colored, nah, bro. I mean, unless you got you some money or you know somebody, either you got you some money or you know somebody, and that's how everybody getting out of here. I mean, just get beating these cases of other races
Hmm.
towards blacks.
I don't know, man. Maybe it's me. I'm very familiar with Benjamin Crump. To drag him into Mississippi, I'm looking at these pictures. Um, there's a certain amount of comfortability that this boy had, and he's found unresponsive. He's found unalived, and there's no the autopsy being performed and all that stuff.
Hmm.
No, to me, man, the families they're bringing in Benjamin Crump. It- you guys are not going to like this, but to me, they're making it racial.
They should, cause it is.
Well, how do you know that? How do you know it's racial?
Well, but just look at the case. I mean, platinum. Like I said earlier. I mean, like I said, it's nothing against anyone, man. But a lot of this stuff, happens a lot. Just happened. Some lady, I think, in some part of Georgia, was hanging out with a bunch of white, Caucasian women,
That black woman.
and the next day she, was unresponsive. So it's like it just doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't. You know what I'm saying? If you are healthy, how are you not healthy the next day? You see what I'm saying? It just doesn't make any sense. If you was cool, talking, laughing, what happened to you? And then, like I said, with Caucasians, they know how to just
Well, no,
play it
you know
off
what?
like it
No,
ain't.
don't do.
I'm
Do
telling the
business.
truth,
We
man.
don't think in stereotypes
Well, I'm,
and
I'm
paint.
talking
We
about the
don't paint.
cases,
We
man.
do not paint with a broad brush, brother. You can do business. You don't. I don't know why you saying that today. You don't do. We don't paint with a broad brush, man. It's going to be bad people amongst all races.
I got
You,
you. I'm just talking about
You
specific
cannot
cases
say
like
that.
this,
You
platinum.
can't. We, but you know what? And also, we gotta wait until all the evidence comes out. We gotta wait. We don't know what happened. We're trying to figure out what happened. But whether look, man, they went and got Benjamin Crump. That automatically brings into what the way he handles his cases, the what he says. That's
Hmm.
automatically making it have a racial slant to it.
Well, how can
Now,
it not?
the uniqueness of this case is, in my opinion, those kids. Now, the person said the white kids saw race. They might be right about that. But what I'm saying, that young boy, he didn't see race, in my opinion. I don't think the way he was living this life. No, I didn't. I mean, nah.
That
I
doesn't
didn't.
matter,
Yeah, he's
platinum.
very comfortable in that boy. He's no longer with us. Was very comfortable in white spaces. I
That's what
have
I'm
no
saying.
idea why you would go and get a Benjamin Crump involved with a case like this.
yeah, play. I don't. I play. I get where you going with it, but for the most part, fam, it's just like we can't be blind out here, G. Like you trying to not paint with a brush a certain way, but America has been painting with that brush that you talking about, and it's been blatant in front of our faces for decades, centuries at this point.
Yeah, we ain't trying to blow up your channel, platinum. I mean, we got to keep it 100. This is what the case is about. That's what I'm saying. I was bringing up other cases that are similar. That this is what it is. It can't be nothing but a racial case. How can a young black male or many young black men and women, or however old they are, go somewhere with non-black people and come up missing? Doesn't make any
We're
sense.
trying to figure that out. But if you raise your kid, if I'm in an interracial marriage and I have a daughter and my child's friends are multi-ethnic groups
Hmm.
and her best friend happens to be another race. And where you going? I'm going to the party. So and so's house. It's 90% a different race. And I see my kid is happy and that's just the way my kid is living. Um Something happens to my kid, then all of a sudden I'm becoming concerned about the racial makeup of how that's to me. That seems so that's ridiculous to me
Why
because
wouldn't you
you
feel that
weren't
way though, Black man?
concerned with it for years and years and years. Now all of a sudden you're acting like now it matters to you. Why does it matter? Look,
It's supposed to.
we want justice to happen in the case. We want evidence to lead to the right direction and his family gets justice. But to bring in Benjamin Crump now in the midnight hour, I'm just confused about it. I love to hear from the family to explain to me why they feel confident in him in this case.
Well,
Now,
maybe you
is
could
it the
talk to him
Carmelo
tomorrow, because
Anthony case? Is it the
yeah,
Carmelo Anthony case? All of a sudden they feel comfortable. Because I don't think that's how they was living their life before. The Benjamin Crumps, I don't
Because
think he had a space in their life before this.
yeah, but for the most part, Platt, you gotta keep it. Well, you know what? Like you can, for the most part, you can think what you want, right? You can feel how you want to about America, but America has always showed you what they are. I told you before, America is built in a gray area. People beat cases all the time, even when we know they're wrong. We can see the evidence says they're completely wrong, and
hmm,
they can beat that case. And that's a kid. That's an adult towards a kid, bro. In a recent case, you feel what I'm saying, with a situation like this, bro. We talking about when you talk about certain type of black kids, bro, they grow up a certain way. They had the extracurricular activities that most black kids would never get to see. They get to do things that most black kids will ever never get to see. And the only people that he can relate to, because his family got a couple dollars, is some white kids. Because the white kids are doing everything. They going skiing, snowboarding. They going to different states. They seeing landmarks. I'm talking about they summers are lit. Black people don't do that. They been in the hood all summer. They ain't never let they county or state. So the way he gonna move a certain way. If he want to really get ahead, like you gotta move and groove in certain circles, bro. And you know what I'm saying? I can see him, I see how he look, bro. He was one of them kids, he probably smashed one of their girls, bro.
Well, it looked like that's who he dated.
Nah, I'm talking about he probably smashed one of their girls. I'm
Well, she
telling you.
could have been in a relationship with a guy. You're right. But yeah, it's like to me, he had a preference with women. He preferred white women.
Cause he's the black kid that's around the white boys and he cool. He just automatically cool.
But that doesn't explain Benjamin Crump's involvement. There are plenty
Because
of lawyers who would have taken this case.
but they don't hold weight like his name. Like how you talking about it now, you keep bringing him up.
that's what I
His
told you
name hold
earlier.
weight.
Yeah, he got popularity, man.
Oh,
They need that, bro. They need to bring some visibility.
okay, why would they need him? I'm just saying that ain't how they've been living.
Visibility, bro. Visibility, bro. I'm telling you. Like
It's on national news right now. The case
I
is.
I know, as it should be. Because his daddy went and got the man that's go make the situation pop, bro. He can't go get no regular cats for his kid. If I
Why not?
had money,
Why?
uh,
Yes, he could.
I mean, bro, I'm telling you,
Carmelo went and got a regular lawyer.
yeah, and look where he at now.
So that's what I'm saying. So you think that case influenced this case? See,
Nah, I
that's
don't
what
think
I'm
so.
saying because they don't even live like that.
They don't have to, Platt.
I
No,
mean,
no. This is a Tabor. This is not the way that family has been living. The Benjamin Crump world, they don't live in his world. Now, all of a
I
sudden, they
agree
bring
with
him.
that.
they drag him into their world. This makes me, like I said, I'd love to hear what the family has to say.
I agree
because
with that, Black.
it's about race, bro. It's about race. If you
How's
not
it about?
seeing
Okay, go ahead, man. I'm
it,
listening. Man.
No, I
if
mean,
it,
hold on, Tabor,
go
because
ahead.
there's no disagreements with none of us what we're saying. I mean, like I said, I'm looking at the family. They seem like they get along very well, right? The father seems like, the woman is good to him, right? And you can tell, his genes are very dominant with the interracial thing because he don't even look like he's mixed. You know what I'm saying? He look like, his mother is black, but he still has that, that brown skin. But at the end of the day, Platinum, I mean, none of that stuff really matters because he's not here anymore. And then, like I said earlier, even if you are dating interracially, right? You have an interracial child, whatever. If they are, looking, predominantly black, you know what I'm saying? You still got to teach them how to move, you know what I'm saying, around other races of people. Now, Tabor, told a story where him and his homie went to a place where, a bunch of Caucasians, right? That ain't nothing wrong with that. But they made it back. You see? Then nothing happened to them. So that was a successful, get together. But in this situation, he's finished. And it doesn't make any sense. That's what I'm trying to tell you. If I'm hanging out with some people, I don't care who you are, don't nothing's supposed to happen to me, especially if you're 18 or 17 or whatever. We go together, we come back together.
You take care of each other.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. It's crazy, bro.
Man, I gotta say, you gotta keep in mind, bro. This little homie ain't never coming home. He ain't going to jail. He ain't missing.
Well,
He ain't
I
never
got
coming
you on
home.
that. Well, look, man. I'm gonna stand on this. I see that he's involved. This family, in my opinion, is being hypocritical, and they're introducing race into this case. Now, I know, like I said, I already know you guys want to hear that, and I know I understand YouTube. People want to be lied to. They want people to say, "I'm willing to go whichever direction the case goes." If it turns out one of those kids was involved, if it turns out some of this stuff had racial underpinnings, I'm willing to go down that rabbit hole. But you can't tell me you raise your family a certain kind of way, and then the first time of trouble you go and get Benjamin Crump.
Come on, man. Them two black men look almost similar.
What'd you say?
I said, come on, man. Them two black men almost look similar. His daddy
Oh,
and Benjamin Crump.
Benjamin.
They look
Oh,
similar.
okay. No, I don't.
They look
But look,
similar.
well, maybe it's me though. I could be wrong. I just don't think that that his family was. To me, his family was heading in a completely polar opposite direction. Than look, Benjamin Crump is Benjamin Crump, but I mean, he's sort of like is real civil rights, black soul food, neck bones, cornbread type. I didn't get that impression from this family over here. But if they want to drag him into, which they've already done,
Who,
that's what they're going to get.
who would you want them to get though?
I mean, they need a competent lawyer, but um, do
That's what
I
get
don't.
the
Well, we got to see. I got to wait till more evidence comes up, whether we like it or not. And I know a lot of people don't want to hear this. We don't have any evidence of racism, and we don't have any evidence of racial misconduct. We don't.
man. America, the legal system is
It
based
don't.
on racial
Yeah,
misconduct,
but then that
bro.
would be all cases. That's every case.
Every case.
But that's not a case. You got to show. They got to show you something, some motivation that was racial. If there's a boyfriend and he was upset with the girl, okay, that happens every day. 18-year-olds, they delete each other every day over a girl. Okay, so we got to figure, and I'm saying on an island, anybody who understands drowning, the pain, that ain't something you don't jump in the river. Yeah, you ready? You're on your way out of here. You're gonna experience some of the most immense pain you've ever experienced. So you can be drowned, but you drown yourself, man. That's hard to do.
Man, listen, bro. Like just reading the comments and listen to what you saying, bro. I told you before, this be hopeful wishing in America, bro. America have shown y'all how they move. We don't
Well,
need no.
we believe in America, Tabor.
I mean, I hear you, G.
What we do,
I
we
hear you.
believe in America.
You
We
you you
believe
can
in
you
we
know
do.
what? You can believe in America all you want to. The problem is the people that run America. That's your problem. Is with the people that run America. That's why we got cases like that.
Tell them again, bro. Tell them again, man.
I've
That's what.
always said this to you, bro. America has never did anything to you. It's the people in it. Right? You can't look at a case like this, bro, and not be logical about what's going on. That brother
Well,
lost his son.
It's the number one
you're right,
problem.
but so we got to have investigation so the family can get justice for what happened.
And how many people
They aren't
actually get go ahead.
finished with the investigation. In the middle of an investigation, you go out and get Benjamin Crump, and you live your life as a color-free couple. Nah, there's more to this, man.
I mean, Benjamin Crump is not a detective, and it's no guarantee that they're going to get justice. But I don't.
Well, first of all, he's going to bring a team with him. It's not. Yeah,
It means nothing.
he's well. No, he's got qualified lawyers that do all of that. Everything that he needs to be done, they're going to do.
I
They
got you,
got
but it's
investigators. They got
still
their own investigation. They're going to have their own autopsy. They're going to do all of that.
Yeah, none of that's gonna matter based on
that's
who
what
they
I'm
got to deal
saying.
with and answer to, though, Plat.
You don't know if they're going to catch the
Well, that's the case.
assailants or
Why even
whatever.
have a trial? I mean, just fuck it.
You ain't got to tell me. And
Well,
if
he's
they're
got to have his day in court, man. And you got to do what you can do, and that's something you can do. I'm standing on the back now. I'm saying it right now. It's more to this story. It is more
Yeah,
to this story than we are understanding.
and
some
for the
people
Because
they
most
haven't.
part,
I'm gonna tell you what, this is really letting me know that family. It's something about that friend group. Maybe one guy. It's something about that group that they've always had suspicions about.
Mm.
And to
their
go get
parents,
a Benjamin Crump, it was something that motivated them to go in there because it's to me, in my opinion, they move beyond the Benjamin Crump types.
because it's America, bro. You got to be smart, man. Listen, when you got this is what I told you before, right? And you probably don't remember, right? But I told you like one of the things that I would tell young boys to make sure you get your bag up so that way, because one day you gonna have to go to war, bro. You gonna need a war chest, bro. This black man looked like he doing well. You feel what I'm saying? This man then took his case. Whatever he got to do to bring recognition to his son's situation, he's going to do, bro. His son is never coming home. And there's other kids that's out here moving like his son. And they need to see what's going on in real time, bro.
Mm.
I mean, just think about it,
Okay.
Platinum. How many people, uh, how many of our people went down to the Dominican Republic and didn't come back?
Yeah.
You see what
Well,
I'm saying? So
yeah, but when like
I'm just saying.
I
I
can say
mean,
that about my city right now. How many dudes go down to the hoe track and don't make it back? I mean, if you're going over there getting in them the black market and all of that, those are just dangerous places.
yeah, I get that. Yeah, gotta be
Man,
careful everywhere.
I'm looking at his mama. I'm looking at his daddy. I'm pretty sure his daddy go out his way to make sure his mom is happy. This is not an ordinary black kid, bro. This is a black kid with means, bro. He looked like he's smart.
Yeah, he is.
And if you smart like that, that means he had opportunities most people don't have. So that's what elevates him over
But that
most people.
well,
Go ahead.
no, that shouldn't. It's not supposed to.
In what world?
In America,
That's not true though, bro.
you're not supposed to go by your parents and money.
Come
Supposed
on,
to supposed
fam.
to be judged individually.
We in a capitalistic society. We talk about it all the time.
As a youth, you're
Yes, it
supposed to be
matters, bro.
judged. You're just a kid, man. You're a kid. You can do the curriculum. You get the opportunity. You're in
That's not
college now. It's
That's
not
not
about
true, bro.
your pocketbook. It's not supposed. Look, you can believe that, but that's not the way that the country's supposed to be.
Yeah,
Now,
you
Well, I
and see
here's
mean,
you
what
you
you
talking
do
about what
know.
it's supposed to be though. But we
Well,
telling you
that's
we
what
talking about what it
you
is.
have a goal. Well, it's not going to be like that for everybody, though. The boy, once again, we get into your skeptics, a very skeptical individual. That's fine, but everybody don't have that skeptical outlook of America or the future.
well,
Some people actually
favoritism does
believe.
matter. But
Well,
I
some
mean, it
people
happens.
actually believe you can get things the right way if you do the right thing yourself. You don't. They don't be know who you know and all of that stuff.
Man, we all believe that. I mean,
But it's the truth though, bro. Come on, Platt, man. We can't act like listen, Platt. I'm hearing what you saying, right? But you can't tell me a kid that pull up to school that got all the best equipment. He's been in football since 5 years old, been playing pee-wee. He coming in the 7th grade stepping different than everybody else, bro. He's more compliant to the coaches. He knows routes. These people invest money in their kids so they can be better than them, legitimately better than them. We not talking about no hoping and wishing. I wouldn't be hoping and wishing for my kid. I got a couple dollars in my pocket. I'm gonna give them every advantage possible. And if it's gonna cost me sometimes a little bit more, I'm gonna do that, bro. And you would too, bro. Come on,
But
fam.
they're not practicing what they're teaching their child. They're not practicing that because they went and got Benjamin Crump.
That can't be true, bro. His daddy black, bro. Who else supposed to speak for
His
this black
daddy
man
don't
that's not
believe.
a lawyer?
His daddy don't believe in the stuff Benjamin Crump believes in.
But you don't know that, bro.
I
He
know
just
that. I don't have to. I don't have to talk to him. I already know he don't. And I know how. I just saw how he raised his kid. They don't run around no talking about Benjamin Crump.
because he don't need to. Why would you take your kid to the hood when you ain't
Now
got to
he
live in the
need.
hood,
Well,
Platt?
Crump ain't just in the hood. Well, Crump's not in the hood, but it ain't
But
about
you
the
talking about
hood.
no neck bones?
Well, he's a different type of attorney. That's what I'm saying. He's more of that type of attorney than he is the way this family was living.
And that's what they need,
Let me
bro.
ask you this: do you think Benjamin Crump? You can show me a photo of Benjamin Crump in white spaces. He's the only one there.
Yes, absolutely. He's a
Show,
lawyer, bro.
show me. Show me.
I don't need to. That you can, bro. He's a
he
lawyer,
didn't
bro.
grow, he didn't live like that. No, he don't have to. I'm just simply saying he brings a certain opinion to cases.
As he should, bro. He's black. He
No, he's
stands out
supposed to be
anyway.
fair. It's supposed to be fair, bro. So you don't understand, brother. It's not about. Well, first of all, it ain't gonna work. America, you can't advocate for injustice and unfairness and then complain about injustice and unfairness from the majority group. You
And
can't be an advocate. You're not going to be able to do. And Negroes, I see these YouTube Negroes. They keep running off at the mouth like they're gonna like they got some type of clout to get away with what the white man gets away with. You're not going to be able to do what he can do.
but that's not true, bro.
The best thing you can do is advocate for fairness and justice and get away from that other
That's
nonsense.
not
That
smart,
don't
bro.
apply.
The world is not
That's not
fair
going to apply to you. That's not going to apply to you. Well, why do anything if the world's not fair, right? Why you have a case?
he has a
because.
point. Wait a minute, hold on to boy.
Go
He got a
ahead.
point with that one. You got to, yeah, especially when when you're black, you got to understand how to move. That's my point all the time. You know what I'm saying? Whatever we're talking about, yeah, we can't do what other races can do. That he's right about that.
We don't
That's
have the
not
power.
true,
We
bro.
don't have the power. We
But
No,
don't.
that's
man.
not true.
Well, I mean, it's not true according to what? What do you mean?
Okay, when you say we don't have power, you talking about the black representatives and mayors that made their way, paved ways, started
Well, we're not talking
companies.
about opportunity. We're just talking about
Come
in
on,
general.
fam. We gotta talk about opportunity. We can't talk about this and not talk about that. It's all relative, bro.
Two different things, DeBoer.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, if you
Bro.
You're
qualify,
mixing,
you
yes,
qualify. But
you're mixing
even
apples
with
and
that, it
oranges.
doesn't mean that you're gonna
Bro,
get it.
there's black people that
DeBoer, if you raise your kids today to not see race, you go over it with them, you tell them, hey, that's your friend. Forget that. He ain't white, he ain't black. That's your friend. That's your favorite. That's your friend, she's your friend. Yeah, her hair different than yours, but we don't believe in race over here. You teaching them that over years, and now they're becoming 18, and their best friend is a different race, and they hang out. It's nothing for your son to come home and all his friends is white, and you look at yourself and you say, baby, telling your woman, I raised my kids. He said, I had to see that shit. I'm tired of it. I raised my kid that way. Then something boom happened to your kid. I'm saying all of a sudden you calling Benjamin Crump. Now that's what I'm trying to say. It's like, why are you calling him? Because you don't even believe in that, do you? Do you believe in
I,
that?
I get where you trying to go with it, but at the same time, Platt, you know what? You can tell your kid your friend is gonna be your friend. You know who gonna change their mind is when your kid sitting in 6th grade or 7th grade and they talking about slavery. All that shit you didn't taught your kid is
Boy,
out the window.
this is ridiculous.
Come on, fam. That's where it's gonna go.
Woo!
So you ain't gotta be honest with your
What
kid,
does
but the
slavery
world
have
gonna
to
be
do with
honest with
anything?
your kid, bro.
What does slavery have to do with anything?
Because it's so okay. You was just talking about the kid having white friends.
Did you
So
have white friends and
I,
you have a full investment in the history of slavery in America? What does it have to do with
that don't
white
even make
friends?
sense. I'm confused.
What does slavery, the history of slavery in America, have to do with a child having friends of of white race?
Because you're gonna tell your kid everything is fair, and that's just your friend. That's your white friend you grew up with until 6th and 7th grade when they start talking about slavery, and they go show the same white people that you hang around all day as a
No,
kid. Which
no,
come on, fam, we
they're
gotta
not
be
the
honest
same.
with our kids, bro.
Tabor, that's not the same white people.
Bruh. I don't see how you. I'm not saying that, bro. I'm just telling you about the situation. Just like, just
Tabor,
like,
Tabor. And I listen and all of that, but Tabor, because now you're getting into other aspects. But just because a kid, and I know we get the Trump and we get the Fox News and the propaganda, and they push that slavery somehow turns
it's
learning
in
about
history books, bro.
slavery turns uh, black kids into thinking a certain kind of way about white people. But no, that's not slavery. Slavery was slavery. That the people living now, they're not the same people. So
Oh,
no, you don't
okay.
walk around with that thinking, well, there was we had slavery, so I can't have white friends. That's ridiculous. I can't date white women because there was slavery. Yeah,
I
you
didn't
can date
say
who you
think
want to
like
date.
that,
You
bro.
can date who you want to date. You can go and do anything. It's called freedom. The country has a history. And within that history, there's some aspects that are uncomfortable. But that don't mean you cannot still that don't mean you cannot live a life race free right now if you wanted to.
Right? What are you talking about?
You don't
Race free?
so you are a descendant of slave. If you want to hang out like this guy, if you want to date white women like this guy, unfortunately something happened to him. We trying to figure out what. But if you want to be like him, what's stopping you? That's what I'm saying. Is he's like that. My thing is the Benjamin Crump to bring him in when you live a certain kind of way. I'm just scratching my head about that because clearly you did not see race. Why all of a sudden are you seeing race now?
Because he needs somebody to speak legally for his son, bro. And you can't go get just anybody. You need to make a statement about. He need to make a statement about his son. His son grew up in a different area than any other black kids. He don't relate, bro. So he go hang around the white kids in that nice neighborhood that they lived in. Not too many black
There
people
ain't
can
nothing
afford it.
wrong with that. Well, there's nothing
So
wrong with it.
I know it
Unfortunately,
ain't.
his kid was a victim of foul play, but he lived his life a certain kind of way. And I saw somebody on one of the other streams, I think was Ben Shapiro. They were calling him a thug. When I was like, man, this dude
Of
was a
course they
college kid.
were.
He's 18 years old, a college kid. He didn't see race. He dated white women or white girls his age. Where are you getting he's a thug? But that's what they said already. And I said, where's that coming from?
They always do that. That's what I'm saying. And you talk about playing fair. Niggas ain't playing fair out here, Platt. They never have. America has never played fair with anybody. The people, not America, the people in it, they don't play fair. If they can get one up on you, they gonna have one up on you. And ain't nothing you can do about it. If the cards are stacked against you in certain ways, you just go lose and you gotta take that L. His daddy ain't letting this happen. So his daddy go get whoever he gotta go get to fight for what he need to fight for when it comes to his son. We only know about this case because this dude, because the lawyer he got. Other than that, we wouldn't have heard about it. It would have passed our timeline.
No, it was on.
Nah,
It was
a lot of
national
people was
news.
talking about it to boy.
Yeah, it
It's a
was
big
national
story
news
now.
before he even got in it.
Yeah, yeah, I understand that, but for the most part, when we start talking about lawyers, it's just go fall by the wayside, bro. It happens too many
Yeah.
times, bro. The
No, no.
Carmelo case showed us that, bro.
Well, the Carmelo case woke a lot of people up, but the Deborah says they know what happened to this kid. So, like I said, that's making me. Was there one of his friends that they had red flags about that he may have mentioned stuff about that they are suspicious about? So they felt we need to get Benjamin Crump down here.
Yeah, the
Man,
sister is correct, bro. Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier to boy. Like, yeah, it somebody knows something.
Man, y'all talking to the wrong person about somebody knowing something. We talking about the area. Listen, bro, I understand the area that they're in. Bro, the mom and the dad probably knew them little boys better than the son knew them little boys. Cause they
Mhm.
knew the parents. They went to meetings and they had the luncheons or whatever was going on. And they heard the slick things being talked about. And they got the friends of the other friends that heard some other things and it got back around to them. It's all a circle, bro. Like a nigga,
Well,
I get this shit. I understand it. Listen, bro. Look, Platt.
Yeah. Go
When
ahead,
I
man.
go ahead, bro. My
No,
bad.
no, go
I
ahead.
know.
And
no,
to
you got it. Go
or
ahead.
represents and a point of view within the community. So I mean, I don't. We rarely agree, but those are his thoughts. Those are his comments, and I'm I say it was a lot. I've grown up with a lot of white guys. I mean, a lot of black dudes and black women. They just didn't. They didn't fuck with you. I'm saying they was always with other groups. Uh, this right here, never heard of this. Never heard this. Never heard of this. In fact, we used to make jokes about guys like that and girls. We used to always say, "Man, tomorrow they're gonna find that motherfucker hanging off a light pole." We used to laugh about them all the time.
The
Well,
black
before,
dudes that the
well,
people
hold
that
on.
hung with the white people.
Let me say
Yeah,
this to
yeah.
Platinum
No,
right
no,
quick.
no. Yeah, in my job, if it was a black dude, all he did was hang out with white dudes. You could say what's up to him. He'd be like, "Oh yeah, 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 man." He move and go over and sit at that table, and he's hanging out. You said, "Man, dude, all he do is hang out with white people." Yeah, 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 man. And we said, "Oh man, that motherfucker gonna get drunk." He said, "Don't let him get drunk. Think I'm
I
all
know
gonna be
what you
swinging."
mean,
We
bro.
we just made a joke about it, but I'm saying it never happened. This is strange that you look in the news and a case like this happened.
Well, let me say this right quick to you. Hold on to boy. Listen, Platinum. I mean, like I said, we have our experiences, right? So, I mean, yeah, when I was growing up, yeah, white women, or white chicks, treating me real good. Sometimes the black women would be kind of mean to you, but that wasn't
Mhm.
all black women. But yeah, I get it, man. At times, when you're growing up, especially if you're in mixed environments, you're gonna do that. But at the same time, my family always taught me to watch them. So I learned that at a young age. You see what I'm saying? So it's not about being, racist or anything. It's just I always knew how to move around them. So in my opinion, I don't think he should have been hanging out with them. And I'm not saying that they don't have to be friends with each other, but he shouldn't have been there, dog. I would have told my son, like, nah, you can't go on this little trip. This time, you need to focus on college. You playing football, just focus on that. You can always do that kind of stuff, but not this time. But who am I to say, what somebody's family's supposed to do? I'm
You
just
can't
saying
tell
that
your
based
kids
on
who to hang with, bro.
exactly. Got you.
Yes, you can.
No,
Yes,
you
you can.
can't.
Yes, you
Okay,
can.
okay,
You
bro.
can. I mean, you're just gonna be a controlling parent, but You can instruct your kid who to deal with and who not to deal with.
And that's gonna be the kid that's outside smoking and drinking and hiding things from you, bro.
Maybe, but
Guaranteed.
that don't mean you can't reach out because you the parent and the kid you don't know. The kid don't know. The kid think they know, but they don't know. And then they might not agree, but then again, you let them know that I'm the parent. So as long as you live here, you gotta do what I tell you to do. Don't worry
Yeah,
about it. If I tell you don't do it, don't do it. Don't worry about it. Don't think about it. Just don't do it.
man.
Yeah, yeah. What you talking about is was the girls that was outside with us back in the day, and they was doing everything. They was on go. I'm telling you,
dog.
Oh,
Listen,
okay, well then
let,
the
let,
parent tries,
they was
man.
on go.
You can't. All of them weren't. Some of them didn't care. So that's them. They got to deal with. They have to deal with their on the back end. They got to deal with their life on. That's on them.
Platinum, let me
You
say this to
warn
you.
your child can be 15, 16. You can break your neck. You can warn her and warn her and warn her, and have your aunt talk to her, and the women have a women's meeting and they talk to her. But like you say, she want to go outside, hang out with the other dudes, with dudes she shouldn't be around. And y'all told her, you told her, you hang out. Next you know, she get pregnant, and she's 16.
Yeah,
And then the family can say, well, hey, look, you can't stay here. I got 2 more kids that I'm trying to raise. There's a home for girls right over here. I'm about to move you in there. Well, Mom, I want to stay here. Dad, I want to stay here. Nope. We told you, we begged you. So yeah, I mean, you're right. But that's up to them. It's still going to come down to them they have to listen to their parents.
well, let me say this to y'all right quick, because like I said, when I was a teenager, I'm telling you, man, I brought a white chick to the crib, and my mama and my brothers snapped on me, dog. Like my brothers told my mother
They was hating.
that I had a white chick in the house. And the crazy thing about that, one of my older brothers dated a white chick before when he was, 16 and 17. When I wasn't 16 then, but I seen him with a white chick when I was growing. But man, my mama snapped on me so hard that I had to run the white chick out the house, and then people had to come back and pick her up. Dog. I was so embarrassed. I was banned from dating white women.
Mm.
They weren't having it, dog. I was pretty much
Man,
forced to date black women.
my
Mhm.
mom didn't was
I'm
hating
telling
on
you,
the
man.
white girl, the Spanish girl, the black girl, any girl I brought home. My mama had something to say.
Oh
Mhm.
man.
But I know my mom don't like me. But what I'm saying is, bro, people just go feel how they feel. Like your mama to do that to you, she felt the way about life. But let me ask you, fam, just be honest with me. Did she have a white boss, or was she working for a black man all her life, or a black person all her life?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, my mom's was a nurse, so she been a nurse for a minute,
So
long
she
time.
was working at a hospital. Is it a black owned hospital,
No,
or is it a
no,
white owned
but
hospital?
the board, but
Nah,
It matters, bro. Come on,
no, it,
Pat.
it
It
doesn't.
matters,
The
bro.
board, it doesn't matter who your boss is.
It does, bro.
No, it doesn't. That's you working. You gotta go to work.
It doesn't
You
matter,
don't
bro.
control that. You don't walk in there and say, "Well, my
You
boss white. I don't need this job." You need the job. You take the job.
Yeah, and I get that, right? But if you standing on blackness, like you would say, right? Why not go work for a black hospital? Move to wherever the
Well,
black hospital at.
but you can raise your children. They're yours to raise. They're yours. If
No,
you
they're
want,
yours to raise until they're influenced by friends.
if you want your kids to be Muslims, you can raise your kids to be Muslims. They don't have a say in it. I don't want to be a Muslim. They ain't got nothing to do with you. You're gonna bring your ass where I take you. They're your kids, man.
And
What's
they
wrong with
like
it?
that.
They gotta listen. They don't have a choice. They
yeah, I
literally
hated
don't
that,
have a
man.
choice. They literally don't have a choice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
until
So,
they grow
you
older and
well, there
start
you go. Well,
rebelling on you.
that's on them.
yeah.
How?
That's
You,
on
That
them.
don't even make sense.
but
They
that's how
turn
we're raised
18.
as
I
black
got
people.
you.
You
They
know
turn
that, too, boy.
18. They want to be in the say, I'm gonna be in the streets. I'm gonna be a Jehovah Witness. I'm gonna be a Buddhist. You're right. They're grown now.
Yeah, you know how.
They're grown. So, but I'm saying while they're yours, while they're children, you can raise your kids. And if you want your kids not to see race, you can raise them up to not see race.
Mm-hmm.
But the world is gonna make sure they see race, bro. Come on,
Well, but
bro.
that's where you're there though. You're there to
It
show them no, you don't want
you
to
can
do that.
you
Don't
can you
listen.
can
Don't listen to that guy. You see that channel, Fox News? They're a bunch of racist bigots. Don't
and
listen to them. That's
and
you can do that. What's stopping
and
you
you
from
can
doing that?
and you can say that, but they on a national platform talking how they talking. You need to be aware of what they talking about, of how they feel about you.
Yeah, I mean
Like
that's true
No,
too.
not
you
Fox
can't.
News. Not Fox News.
Come on, bro. You can't listen. Back in the day, when it came to a lot of things, my grandpa used to say when we was at the house, he used to always have these white people arguments. Not arguments, he just telling us about white people all the time. He came from a certain area. And then we get older, nigga, we find out, nigga, you working for white people. The person that the bank that owns your house is a white person. You not making sense to me.
Well, if that's how you interpret it, go
Why,
right
well, how
ahead.
else do I
You know
supposed to
what? And
interpret
then
it,
what,
Black?
brother? There's nothing wrong with you wanting your kids to grow up different than you. You and it's all this, and it's once again we got into the Benjamin Crump, and you get into low life lawyers, and I said, well, what's wrong with if what's the guy Tony Busby? If it's okay for the guy Deshaun Watson to sue the Texans, to sue Deshaun Watson with those sexual harassment things, and get that, and go after Shannon Sharp and get the 20 million, you say, well, he's unethical. Well, why does Benjamin Crump have to be ethical? And it's saying,
Exactly.
why do you hold black people to standards you don't hold all people to? So
There you
now
go.
on that, no. On that, I know I know all the others what Benjamin Crump is, but what I'm saying is this family, in my opinion, they don't even practice the way Benjamin Crump practices his law. In my opinion, I haven't got the impression that's how they practice
You know
raising their kids.
So
you
you
know
saying
what kill you
they
know what
chose the
kill his
wrong lawyer? That's what you're saying.
Well,
you
they're being, in my opinion, they're being sort of hypocritical.
you know
Because to
what
me,
kill
they're the polar opposite of Benjamin Crump and the way he practices his law.
Mm.
Because they're questioning the system. They're questioning the integrity of the system. They're saying it's racism that's been enacted into this case, and we can't get fairness. And but that's not, to me. That's, when you say, "Hey, my kids is very comfortable in white spaces. He dates white girls." Um, you're comfortable with the system we live in. You're very
listen,
comfortable with the system we live in.
Pat, you know what kills your whole argument, bro? Is the child dude had a black lawyer that got him off. That kills everything, bro. Cause he
What
wasn't raised like that, right? He
who
wasn't living with black people. He hired a black lawyer and a black lawyer got him off. Come on, bro.
what did that have to do with what did it have to do with this case?
Just what you said. You said that they wasn't living like that to be dealing with a Benjamin Trump. Well, the child dude wasn't living the way he was living to be dealing with his black lawyer. It's the same thing,
No,
bro.
I don't know what that is, brother.
Oh man,
But that's on
bro.
you though, brother.
How? What you mean is on me?
That's his lawyer.
I
Benjamin Crump is a different type of lawyer.
Man, he's still a lawyer, bro. You can say whatever you
Well,
want to.
I don't even
He's
know
a lawyer first.
if you want to go there. I don't even know.
What you mean? He a
He has
lawyer,
this,
Platt? You gonna take that away from him and
well,
just
what?
say he
Okay,
a
well,
nigga with a law degree?
what is he defending? Okay, right now as we speak, right? He's the lawyer, right, for the family. What is his purpose there?
To bring
The
recognition to.
investigation hasn't been done.
Nah, you know that ain't, man.
They don't know
Come on,
what's
boy. You
happened.
know that
So
ain't
what
the
is he
reason,
there
bro.
for? What is he there?
You already know why, man.
To bring recognition, bro, because the court
Yeah.
of public opinion matters, bro.
Anybody can do that. He's not there for that. You come on, man.
Yeah.
He's
You
not
see
there
what
for
I'm
that.
saying? They're bringing, to me, they're leaning toward race heavy. And in my opinion, that's just not how they were raising their children. But that's fine.
But what
Well,
does that
that's
have to
fine.
do with it though? What does how they raise their
We'll
kid,
see. We'll see. Ah,
bro? Child,
yeah.
child defeat your whole argument because child wasn't living around no black folks. He got
Child
all
don't
them
defeat my
cases.
argument. Child does not defeat my argument. Child We don't even know what happened in that case. And he was found not guilty. The guy who took the case, that's what he does. He's a lawyer. He defended his client.
Well, that's what Benjamin Crump is. He a lawyer.
You think that's what Benjamin Crump does? Just defend his clients?
Man, he go
bro,
get at
what, bro? See,
he go get at the system, bro.
That is absurd. Benjamin Crump is just so okay.
Come on,
next
bro,
time,
he a lawyer, bro. How you gonna take that away from him, Black?
Next time I have a
well, you can't take it away from him, but he's not. He's a crooked lawyer. That's what I'm trying to.
Hold up. Next time I have a fender bender, or if I get a divorce, I'm gonna get Benjamin Crump. Yeah, there you go. He'll handle my divorce. That's what.
Can you afford him? If you can afford him and you go win, then go get him. That makes sense. This is America.
I don't think he's going to do that.
You don't know. If you knew him and you had the money, you'd do it.
I think he's going to tell me you get another lawyer, man.
Right. Here you go.
He's still a lawyer, though, bro.
He's not going to take the case, man.
You can't take the fact that he's a lawyer, bro.
I just had a automotive business tell me they said we'll check out the car, but we don't have the equipment, all the equipment that car needs. And I'm saying, huh? They said that car needs a little bit more extensive equipment than we have. I said, what? I thought you guys said you do repairs. It says right here you do repairs. The make and the model says you repair that. Yes, but sometimes they have to go to the dealership because these types of cars require more extensive what you got to look at the computer and all that. They require a more in-depth analysis than we can do.
That's true, Platinum.
Yeah, and I'm like, wait a minute. So you guys don't even have the machinery for but you posting that you take care of these cars. So what I'm saying with Benjamin Crump, he doesn't do marriages and shit like that. He's a little bit different type of lawyer. And I'm saying you throwing him out there like he just does legal work. No, he's a little bit more. He's a civil rights attorney. So he's leaning toward cases of injustice.
And he playing the gray area.
Well, and the family, for me to bring up race now, you scratch your head and say, whoa, it's never mattered. Why does it matter now?
Because it does, bro. It does, bro. It always matters, bro.
Well, who's bringing up the race, Tabor? The state of Mississippi or the family?
The family. They're in the state of Mississippi. Come on, bro. What are we talking about?
The state of Mississippi would be the legal team that's prosecuting the case.
Hey, man, you can play these games all day.
Wait a minute now. Hold on, Platinum. Now,
the state of Mississippi is handling the investigation into this case. I'm saying, where are they bringing up the race? They're not bringing up the race. It is the family of Nolan Wells who's brought Benjamin Crump into that.
So we gonna forget about how Mississippi is ran?
That's what I'm saying. You may want to be someone from another state because you know how Mississippi, reputation.
Well, I know what Mississippi is, but I'm saying that ain't how they was raising their kid.
Well, that doesn't matter.
Nah, that don't matter.
Okay, you're right. Also, I'm gonna raise my kid in Mississippi, and I'm gonna let my child befriend a majority white group and date white women, right? And I'm cool with that. He cool with that. And I'm in fucking Mississippi, knowing their history.
We don't know.
All of a sudden, I'm gonna wake up at the midnight hour and say, "Oh, something happened to my kid."
That's what I'm saying. But we don't know if the parents approved of that. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
we don't know.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. We are lost.
No, we're not, bro. Everybody's not lost, bro.
I hope they get justice. I hope they get fairness. That's what I hope. I don't know what they're going to do. A lot of people in Mississippi, whether you like it or not, they wouldn't let their kid date white women.
That's smart.
They wouldn't let them.
That's smart.
They wouldn't let
them. You can't stop it, bro.
And that's true too. So it's like
not wrong. You can't stop that.
You can stop it. You can stop it.
All right, bro.
Everybody ain't like this. People actually, the board, there are people who actually are parented as kids and they can't do anything.
And you can tell your kid that they can't date Lil Susie down the road, even though you grew up with Lil Susie and y'all been rocking since kindergarten. And y'all in middle school and y'all got,
That
come
don't
on,
mean
man.
if your kid won't let you date, if your parents won't let you date, you can't date.
They go date anyway, bro.
Um, Tabor, that's being very skeptical, and that's fine. That's how you
That's
came
not,
up.
come on, bro. That's
No,
facts,
that's
bro.
how you that's how you grew up.
Platt, didn't you tell me your
Tabor, you
mom
can be
told
a
you not to steal and you used to
you
steal?
can be a responsible parent. You can be a responsible parent. I don't know why you keep thinking that you can't be that. You don't have to defer to the child. You don't have to sit back and let your child basically raise him themselves and you just on the sidelines.
I never said that.
Well, then
I'm saying,
you can
listen,
put the rules down and the child will follow the rules. But that's also what you do, and it's how
that's not
the
true.
child's got to no, that's not true for you. That's
Well,
not
I
true
mean,
for you. And
y'all
listen,
not
Platt,
wrong.
you
Y'all
told
both.
us that
we
you
got to
used to
stop
steal when
putting
you was younger, bro.
we got to stay. Well, I'm talking about 5, 6 years old, bro. I was a kid, and I didn't know any better. But and believe me, that stopped. But you're saying things like all kids are the same. They're not. Some of them are actually good kids. Some kids, you don't have to tell them that. They're not going to do. You say, hey, I don't want you to drink ever. You can tell your kid you don't want him to drink ever. It's not good for you. You know, your uncle, they had to take his leg off. Come on. Look, they took his leg off. He got, I don't want you ever to drink. Some of them, you're right, well, in one ear, out the other.
And they're
Some
going to
of
be
them, they won't
outside.
do it. But they won't do it. They just won't do it. They be like, no, I'm not going to do it.
Man,
I'm not going
Platt,
to do it.
I'm hearing what
You
you're
can take
saying.
your child to the church. They believe everything that's preached there. Some kids in the ear, out the other. It depends, man. That's what I'm saying. You can't. That don't apply to everybody.
Yeah,
And
but
this whole Benjamin Crump thing, right? We're gonna see how it plays out. You know,
like,
I hope they get justice, but it's some hypocrisy out there. But we'll see. And yeah, hold on, let me say this: a bunch of Negroes already trying the case and say that it had to be his friends and who else would it have been? And look at what they did to him. You know, and it's like you say that, but that's not how the case is going to be tried. That means nothing if you just talk. That's YouTube blather. That's mindless YouTube blather. Has nothing, no bearing on this case. If you truly want to see this kid or the family get justice, you got to deal with the facts of the case.
and see, you talking about the facts, but the Carmelo situation showed y'all that they will hide the facts and let it come out after the fact.
He has an appeal.
Come on, bro.
That's
Come
how.
on.
That's a system we believe in.
That's the system that you believe in. Everybody don't believe in that system, bro. And
That's the
some of
system
us,
we're in. You get an appeal.
have dealt with the system.
Well, he should have never listened to Charleston White, though. What about that part?
What part?
If that's my son, why would I listen to some influencer on a YouTube channel or on wherever he's at? I don't know if he's on YouTube, but social media.
About saying not to hire him?
Yep, that Charleston White told that family, change the lawyer. Charleston White told that family, don't do this, do that, and they listened to him.
As they should.
That's their mistake. They shouldn't have listened to Charleston. Why would I listen to a Charleston White?
To get Benjamin Crump?
I don't. Well, once again, that's a different thing because you're asking me now about him, but I wouldn't have listened to Charleston White. I would not have entrusted my child's freedom to Charleston White. So
listen,
you do have to blame the family because they picked him. They picked Charleston White.
And no matter what, Platt, no matter how long it's been, and Charleston White been running around this internet talking crazy, there's never been a lawmaker, a police officer that went against him saying that he has been changing laws and working with kids. He giving them game, bro. You just don't like the way he
And
giving it.
his son is doing 35 years because of his game.
So they listen. So you telling me Carmelo family listened to Charleston White before the case got tried?
Yes. They talked together and they started making. They got rid of that lawyer. Said he had some spousal abuse. I don't know what they had to do with him trying the case, but he got rid of that black lawyer. Then Crump and all of them, all these civil rights wanted to be a part. Charleston White told them no. And they said, well, what about the jury? What about all these whites? Charleston said, trust them. You ain't got nothing to worry about. You don't want these niggas in your case. And then he got, bam, 35 years guilty. Now he got dumped, Charleston White. Charleston White put on a Pooh Shiesty mask. A grown-ass plus 60-year-old man with a Pooh Shiesty mask talking about he a watermelon felon.
Charleston 45, bro.
No. That is that family's fault. Why would I listen to a Charleston White given my kids' entire future is hanging there? I would have never done that. So you got to blame the family for that, man. And clearly, in my opinion, this new case, they're looking at Charleston. They're looking at what happened at Carmelo case. And they already done grabbed Benjamin Crump. They done drug him down right off rip. They ain't even through with the investigation.
Man, they gonna drag any black man that's out here. They dragged Michael Jackson, bro. Come on, fam. At some point, no matter what you're going through, you're going to have to listen to somebody, especially when you start talking about lawyers and being advised. I ain't going to say Charleston gave the best information, but he was in the vicinity for them to say something.
Doesn't know anything, brother. You know, and that's the sad thing about us as a community. Why would you pay any attention to a Charleston White? I don't know. Wait a minute. He's a fucking thug.
Why you say that?
Somebody took one of his eyes out. He's a fucking thug. All he knows is jail shit. Yeah, he know how to help you beat a case. Who wants to care about somebody like that? He's full of jail talk.
Why wouldn't you want to beat a case, though?
Hold on. He does. He has one service when he talks about these rappers. I will grant him that. He's above, he's ahead of his time because he gets on these rappers. He's not afraid of these rappers. He stay on them. But beyond that, you talk about a Carmelo Anthony, he should have stayed away from that. This case right here, he should stay away from this case.
Why, if he actually helped kids,
he's
bro?
Not a Benjamin Crump. He's not Al Shaw. He's not a civil rights attorney. He's a dude that knows a lot of jail stuff, which is fine. You trying to cut a case, you trying to get out of this, okay, that's his lane. Simple as that. I don't know why you niggas trying to crown this man like he's somebody special.
Man, I don't crown no nigga. Let me be clear. But you talking about, listen, bro, I'm talking about what we know as far as that never came out. Nobody has never came out and said Charleston White don't work with kids and ain't been changing laws, bro. Nobody's ever said that.
Yes, they did. He don't. He don't do none of that. He's a fraud. Like he try to act like he's an activist. He helped people. He's a cartoon character. Yeah, Platt, keep cooking, Platt.
So none of the stuff he did in Dallas is real.
None of that. None of it. None of it.
That's Joey. That's Joey. I don't know about that, but I think he does work with kids. And like I said, he stays on these.
Platt, when you ever seen him do a stream with working with kids?
Because you just can't be posting people kids, bro.
I wouldn't see that with Joey. We wouldn't see that stream anyhow.
No. You can be active in stream with kids.
Not if you ain't getting releases, bro.
No. The way they got that, Joey, they real funny. Like this channel.
If you're doing something productive, you working with children.
This is an adult space. This channel is in an adult space.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Charleston White did some review with 30 kids and talked about them, about the future and go to college. The algorithm for this channel would never pick that up.
I agree.
They would look at that as a child's message to children. That's how they would throw it that way.
I agree.
Oh,
I agree, Platt. But my
oh
thing
yeah.
is, even the content that he does, me personally, even if he was working with children, right? I wouldn't want my child nowhere near this nigga.
Mm.
Like, do you not hear for the last couple years? Have you not heard the stuff that this man been saying, antagonizing people, pulling his little pepper spray out, going to colleges and antagonizing black kids? Like, there's not no guy you want representing you. I look at the family that the Carmelo
You,
family. I look at them sideways. Like, what was y'all thinking?
and you know what, Joey? This is the trip part. And it's not just him, it's a bunch of YouTube people. You guys never see these people in debate. You listen to them and you get the impression, oh, they know Charleston White know what he talking about. You ain't never seen Charleston White talk to other prisoners who know more than him as far as the law, as far as the system. They'll put him to shame. He knows. Look, Charles White knows way more about the legal process, how to get this done, do this and do that than I do. Way more. But if you put him against his equal, he'll get fucking bodied.
All you gonna do is start performing, Platt, start talking crazy, yeah, and start doing all that stuff and acting like a buffoon. Like, he knows how to act around certain environments. I give that to him, and he gets low IQ black people and get them to agree with him. And at the same time, he be pandering to white people. Like, when I be hearing people bigging him up, I just be shaking my head like, we lost, man. It's sad.
Man,
And another
I'm
thing he
picking
does,
up any
another
nigga
thing,
that's getting some paper.
but the boy, another thing he does, he
Paper
openly,
ain't all about it though, DeBoer.
well, we ain't gonna get into that. Yeah. You know, go ahead, Tabor, because you was talking. Go ahead, brother.
Money, he said some things, right? You don't know a lot of things if people, you don't know when people are being honest, bro. People can say anything on the internet. They can tell you they got degrees. They can come out here and act like doctors, and
I
it just
agree.
flies, bro. It flies, bro. Right? So the way that this ain't even about bigging him up. I know for the most part, bro, niggas like to hear that type of talk because their uncles talk like that.
Key
They
thing, you
daddies
just
talk like.
said
Go ahead.
niggas
It
like
don't
that.
matter.
Yeah.
Joey, you still a
It
nigga,
matters,
bro.
DeBoer.
No matter how much
Niggas.
money you get, you still a nigga too, bro.
It's black men and then there's niggas.
Okay, bro. I
Hey,
mean,
you a productive black man. Platt is a productive black man. I'm a productive black man. Then you got Charleston White, a nigga. There's that got on a goddamn shiesty mask, but always going at rappers and like, come on, bro. Like, come on, Tabor.
Yeah,
Come
you
on,
gotta
bro.
lose. You
bro,
gotta
hey,
lose the shiesty,
One Eye
man. You gotta
Willie.
lose the
Like, you taking
shiesty,
One
man.
Eye Willie serious. Like, come on, Tabor.
bro, listen,
He getting
I'm
money though. Like, get out of here.
because at the end of the day, it don't matter, fam. People listen to him, right?
That I agree. I agree.
Charleston White is somebody's uncle, bro, that talk like that every time you see him. He pulling up to the parties, the cookouts, the graduations. He talked the exact same way, and they've been talking like that since as long as I've been alive, since the 80s, bro. And
You
ain't
know what I do,
nobody
Tabor?
stopping him.
But Tabor, you gotta understand like I said, you're right, on YouTube or whatever. And it's not just him, a bunch of these people on YouTube. On their channel, yeah. But if you pit them against their equal, they get bodied. I've seen it.
Which it's fine though, but
I have seen these guys try to have debates and they get their asses handed to them. They cannot, that'll hold up against the average person. But when you get into a specialist, even Ben, and I give Benjamin Crump this. Like I said, he sounds terrible. His delivery is awful, but that's still a competent lawyer. Do you know if I tried to go against him talking about legal shit, he'd destroy my ass.
of course he would.
He's a lawyer, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So because one person may sound a certain kind of way when they talk, and he sounds awful, that don't mean he don't know what he's talking about.
I know.
Charleston White is real ghetto and stuff, but he really don't know what he's talking about.
I mean, we can say that, bro, but niggas listening to him. I mean, if you just said what he said about the case, he was involved with that case, and he's advised him to do
And that
whatever.
man's kid is in jail for 35 years.
Then he made a T-shirt,
Yeah.
watermelon thing. And Tabor, what's crazy is that if you really, and he was crying with Anton, talking about how much you really stood next to that young man. If you got a problem with
He went live with that man conversation. That's exploitation.
that, exactly, Platt. Thank you.
Niggas do that.
It's a board.
Yeah, but the
Come
boy,
on, bro. If we having an honest conversation, we gotta
Tabor
put it in
said,
all
the
factors,
niggas
bro.
do
But boy,
that.
we don't all come from. See, that's the thing that to me.
I didn't say all, bro.
Tabor, but a lot of us. I don't know about the people on this panel. I can speak me. I'm done with that, Tabor.
I'm done with it too,
I
Platt.
came
I
from
talk
that.
about
You're
it
right,
all the
Tabor. I
time.
came from a lot of that, and I'm done with that because I know it don't work for you. In the end, you pay for that.
And I get what you saying, because I can say I'm done with it too. But that don't mean I ain't got family members that still talk crazy.
But you don't be around that shit all the time either, Tabor.
I
know
don't.
you don't. I know. That's the point.
But even though I don't be around it, don't mean it ain't happening, bro. That's their thing. And within my family, I would be considered rare, bro. I'm the black sheep, bro. If I come around and I start talking, I'm on everybody's top. I'm a problem. I've been the problem since a kid. You feel what I'm saying?
So you agree with me and Platt then? You agree with me saying like this guy right here, he's a degenerate. You really got people that you even personally know that probably
The Crump or the Charleston Whites.
Charleston White.
Okay, keep going. I'm listening.
Yeah, and you get away from them. You don't take them serious. You don't pay them no mind. You keep it pushing.
Hey, bro, what I learned the hard way, well, not even the hard way, but what I've learned, bro, growing up is that you can learn something from a crackhead and a homeless person, bro.
That's a fact.
And with that said, the nigga just goes maybe speaking some real things, amongst a whole lot of bullshit. So he wrote a whole book with bullshit, but a couple pages out that book, it had some real shit in it, bro. That's just niggas, bro. I ain't gotta be around it. I just respect the game. That's why I don't hang out everywhere, bro. That's why I be by myself. You really don't know what people be on. It sound good until you in a bad situation.
Like I say, and I've never taken this from him. Charleston and me, to me, he's always been very effective with criticism of the hip hop community. I think that's his lane. When he ventures into other things, unfortunately, he's sort of exposed. He just doesn't know what he's doing. And this man's kid is finna do 35 years now because he exposed himself. He shouldn't have ventured into that path with all of I'm an influence. Man, get your ass out of here. Half of the platforms he can't even get on. I know people. Who do you know? You don't know. That's what I'm saying. If you get down here, okay, look at this Benjamin Crump, right? He actually knows people. He actually know Benjamin Crump got way more clout than Benjamin Crump will never act or talk like Charleston White, but he's got way more clout than Charleston White.
But it's gonna mess up his paper. Why would he mess up his paper? He worked that hard to be a lawyer.
Well, he's a millionaire. I mean, how much money do you need to spend?
I mean, you need as much as you can acquire. This is America. If it's out there, you should be getting it.
He doesn't look at the world like that.
But
who doesn't?
Maybe he care about his reputation.
Benjamin Crump probably don't look. He's worth probably $5 million.
Because I get what you're saying, Tabor, but maybe it just ain't about money. Yeah, he got
$5 million. He's married. He does a lot of cases where he doesn't get anything, and maybe that's what he wants to do. Maybe that's his
because
call.
It's more power in just being cool, bro. Just be cool. You ain't gotta spaz out. Niggas know you can spaz out, but you ain't gotta spaz out.
It's more money if he just sells out.
No, it ain't.
Yes, it is. For him? Yes, it is.
Now, depending on how he grew.
If Benjamin Crump right now say I'm gonna represent the 4 guys or people accused of being involved with the
Nolan
Wells case, I'm gonna defend them, right? He would make way more money.
And then he still gotta be black.
He gonna stop being black? How you gonna stop being black?
He still gotta leave that courtroom and be black.
Meaning what? Somebody gonna threaten him?
They could. They could actually do something. Hey, people weird out here, bro.
That's nonsense, Tabor.
He's a lawyer,
bro. It's just the facts, bro. People do that.
Nonsense. But that's nonsense. What you just said.
Man, people drag people all day online, bro, and be pulling up to people's
You talking
houses.
about broke people. Tabor, what you just said is nonsense. Now, the man wouldn't do that, but you said he was about money. If he was chasing money, he'd be on the other side. You said I don't get no money doing this. Let me say something. Defending black people, period. Just period. Stop. Full stop. Defending a black person, you're not gonna make any money doing that. You can't even make no money on the YouTube defending black people.
But
You
still,
can,
you
hold on,
can
wait a
make
minute.
money
Wait a
though,
minute. You
bro.
can make a bag. You want to get a bag? Go against black people. Be a black person against black. Oh man, you talking about?
Go full coon
You'll have
conservative.
9,000 people live listening.
And people go make sure you get your bread, but everybody ain't like that. Like when I'm talking about he go get money, he go get enough money for him, bro. Not what you think, not what Joey think, or what I think. He go get enough money that satisfies him, so he go move how he move. So ain't no point in him selling. I guess selling out.
He would make
You
more
know,
money if it was about money. He would make more money doing it. Isn't that what Charleston White did? Didn't he flip in midstream?
yeah, but he
Flip
had to.
flaccid than a flat cake.
Okay,
Platt.
hold on. So if you get, so if I'm advising a family and they get a conviction against the guy's kid, and the guy comes up to me and tells me like a man, we going in a different direction. So wait a minute. So now, so I'm supposed to turn around, get in my feelings, put on a poo fucking shiesty mask, and start calling the kid a watermelon felon?
He had to do that, bro.
Yeah, bro. You know
Whoa,
what?
whoa,
Bro,
whoa,
I
whoa,
mean,
whoa.
listen,
Hold
listen,
on,
what,
hold on, hold on,
listen.
Tabor. He had to do that? What you mean?
I'm about to tell you what I
Yeah, I
mean.
need to hear this. Go ahead.
Certain people, bro, they can't be themselves, bro. A person like myself, I've been consistently myself my whole life, bro. Joy,
Okay.
you probably have too.
Mhm.
Platinum, you probably have too. But there's certain type of dudes that can't be themselves to get ahead. They gotta be somebody else. They gotta be extra. Everybody don't have to be extra, bro.
And
But
so
this
that's
is
why.
not a this is
Well,
not a
hold on, let me take it
I'm
back quick,
sorry.
Joey.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, dude.
No, you good. It was good with you. And that's why I be telling y'all to stay away from phonies. That's not cool, Tabor. Why
I
wouldn't you
know it
want to be?
ain't.
So I mean, it's not cool. So I mean, you shouldn't support people like that. If somebody shows themselves to be a phony, then you do not support them. Don't listen to them. Stay away from them. It's simple as that, man. I can't get down with the phoniness, man.
Yeah, the world, a lot of people are phony out here, bro. That's how they get ahead, bro. People
But
scheme
Yeah,
Tabor,
and
that
scam
doesn't. It's
all
like you
day long,
justify.
what
G.
kind of
But
Come
it's
on.
like
message
you
is that?
justifying it when you say that
That's what I'm
at
saying.
times, though, Tabor. Like you
But
can't do
but
that, bro. We gotta be.
but
They got a few real ones like us, and we gonna call it out. Like, hold on, that ain't good. What he doing?
and
He's
yeah,
antagonizing. He's exploiting this situation. This young man's life is on the line. His family care about him. You get what I'm saying? This ain't the time to be playing like a character, which you are right. He is. He's everything. But that's still wrong. We and us as black people, especially black men, we supposed to call stuff like that out, bro. You know what I'm saying?
and
Instead of saying, "Well, everybody else doing it, so we can do it too." Nah, bro,
and
Don't do no, nah.
that ain't
we
how it's
Don't do
supposed to go.
like that. No.
I
well,
get it.
Dr. King, well, hold on, Dr. King, and he got criticized. He lost his life. Dr. King was saying Malcolm X, Dr. King during the time, right? I wasn't alive. I don't know why people keep thinking. If I say that, they think that some kind of way I was alive. But Dr.
Seem
King
like
said,
it.
well, I wasn't alive doing Dr. King. But he said Malcolm X. He said up public. He said, "Oh, that guy, he's a great speaker." He said, I listen to some of his stuff. He said, he gets you up, don't he? Mike, he gets your blood going on. And Malcolm, he's a great speaker. He said, but you can't do that in America. That stuff he's saying, it won't work. We just don't have the numbers. It won't work. I want to give you guys opportunity. I want to give you guys a true opportunity and to be and civil rights. I can't give you guys what Malcolm gonna give you. So if you like Malcolm, you got to go listen to Malcolm. But
And
I'll
people
never be.
did.
Yeah, I'll never be Malcolm. So what I'm saying is, what works? You got to go with what works. And when you say a Charleston white man, that shit don't work. Look at that boy finna do 35 years.
Man, you saying it don't work for you, but it
It's
worked for
horrible,
him.
bro. It's
Okay,
horrible.
I'm not trying. Listen, bro. This is not about me justifying it,
it
bro.
didn't work for him. You think it worked
We
for him?
we can get online and we can police whoever we want to.
Hold up.
But
So going on No Jumper, talking to Adam 22, who has a Pornhub site, him and his woman.
And his wife getting dug
That's
out.
the guy you want to talk. He ain't talking to no fucking Trump. He ain't sitting there. Charleston White ain't talking to no Elon Musk.
man, you ain't.
He's not talking to nobody who got the levers of power. Talking to
What?
fucking Adam 22.
And DJ Vlad. Come on, Tabor.
Okay, listen, bro.
Yeah.
But how did he blow up though? It was regular black men and black women, and it had to be black people that bigged them up first.
No, he done trolled rappers, people that done passed away, died, and said all type of
And people
egregious
shared his
things.
content. They view his lives.
Yeah, everybody's like, who is this guy? Like he talking crazy. In which, it's a lot of characters like that though, Tabor. You can't be up here trying to like
Charleston
pat him on the
White
back.
is a clown, bro. Let's
Hey,
just leave it at that. He's a clown, man. Just
Dean the
forget about it.
Dean the Great and Adrian Browner. I saw a channel, somebody on here on YouTube.
Everybody
They
go
had
to jail.
9K. They had 9,000 people, live listeners.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
No. Well, see, Tabor, you talking about getting that type of popularity, right? You just talking about popularity. But they had 9,000 people, and I haven't seen that on I haven't seen that on any of these political people, Cornell West, any of these intellectual. I haven't seen them holding no 9,000 people.
Because people don't want to see that.
Michelle Obama don't hold 9,000 live
She ain't
listeners.
special.
Damn.
Oh, hold on. And
Wait, hold on. Yeah, I was just gonna say the same
Come
thing.
on,
yeah.
bro.
Hold up, Tabor. So Dean the Great and
Oh
Adrian
my
Brower,
God,
they're
man.
special.
Bro, that's what people watching, bro.
This guy, bro.
No,
Tabor.
that's
Bro, y'all can say, hey, y'all can get on my top, bro, but we know what I'm saying is true. Y'all can
that's
say what.
stupid people.
Come on, bro.
Uh,
But they watching, bro.
It-
And
yeah,
they donating their money.
Okay, I get what you're saying, Tabor. It's entertainment. It is. But even with us, with this climate, with everything going on with this country, we all that chucking and jiving and watching Adrian Broner and Dean and they crashing out over women. We got other things to be worrying about. You know what I'm saying? Especially the political, all this stuff right here with this young man, what's happening to him, and it's too much that we need to be focused on. I understand what you're gonna say. People not focusing on that. No, it is people focusing on that situation too. You see, Platt got it. He doing a stream about it. You get what I'm saying? But just to push that to the side and just say, well, they don't care about that. They want to see Adrian Broner and Dean fight each other and fight women and all that. Like, bro, no.
Bro, there's more people that's messed up in the game than that's doing good, bro. Especially in these times.
Meaning
So,
as like
What do you mean by that messed up in the game? What do you mean?
there's more people. We talk about in the game of life overall. There's more people messed up in the game than doing good, bro.
So you
It's
don't
a
think
simple statement.
is not any good people? You don't think there's no good people?
I didn't say that. Listen to what I'm saying, bro.
Go ahead. I'm trying to understand.
There's more people that's messed up in the that's effed up in the game of life, bro. They ain't living good. They ain't got a good job. They ain't got everything they want. They can't take vacations. They ain't got the nice car. They ain't got the nice house. Lights getting cut off. They struggling every month, all day. Can't eat. All they want to do is be entertained.
Well, but see, that's the problem. They don't. If they in situations like that, they ain't got no time to be being entertained. They need to be listening to someone that's gonna help them make some money and be
That's how
successful. So,
that logic sounds good. But most people don't care about logic. Look, do business. You got a couple people, like you said, the people you stop hanging around. There's some people right now in your family, at least, that you know they just can't get right, despite the
of course,
information that's online.
where they're finished. I stay away from them too. Yeah, you're right.
which
You're
is
right about that.
which is fine, but they still move how they move. And your cousins are listening to your uncles and aunties, and they messed up in the game.
Yeah, I mean
And
that's
you
true.
can go around them and you can give them logical information that will help them out, and they will still either try to screw you over or not do good for themselves, and then their kids are messed up. Come on, bro.
You know, no, but I disagree with that, Tabor. But what I've learned,
Damn.
especially
What
talking
No,
to
part?
black people though,
he's
at
telling the
this
truth
time,
about that part. Yeah.
I understand what he's saying, but my thing is the difference. What I'm starting to learn, Tabor, is that with black people, you got to talk to them instead of talk at them. You get what I'm saying? You got to be patient with a lot of people because, like you said, people been acting away and had this same mindset for years. People, we can change. It's just that you got to be patient with each other. We can learn. We can teach.
The,
Black people can take the time out to understand things. We're not bottom like as much as people try to make us out to be the dumbest. We're not. We're smart people. Like we not the bottom of the barrel,
I,
and we
I
are doing good.
I would say it's better that you talk. What you just said about talking to them, I would say I'm on the opposite side of what you said
Oh, I know you is.
because it's more effective, bro. It's like I can go
Well,
into
some
I can talk.
people
Go
you
ahead.
can't save, Tabor.
I know that.
Oh, they lost in the sauce. That's on them. If
I
they
know
don't,
that.
you can warn a person if they don't want to listen, then they got to pay. That's how the world works.
That's it.
Up to you. You can do what you want to do.
Consequences. That's life.
Carmelo, made a decision. You want to get rid of that brother lawyer. You want to go. Don't want to deal with Benjamin Crump. You don't want that whole circus to come down. You want to listen to Charleston White, a man who got one fucking eye. Um, because he got in a fight or something. Somebody took his fucking eye outside his head. That's who you want to listen to. Now you got to deal with the fact your son finna do 35 years.
Hey, Tabor, would you let Charleston White represent you publicly in any situation you had going on?
And, I mean, if he was a lawyer, but I ain't got nothing going on.
Oh my God!
I'm
You
being
don't
a
want them to do that.
peep game, peep
What?
game.
What do business? What you hold on? What you say do business?
I'm saying you don't want no dudes like that represent you in the courtroom. That's what I meant to say.
I don't want no nigga like that representing me at all. I don't want him
Yeah.
speaking for
But
me,
but he is.
my son, nobody. Like
But
you see
he
what
is though, bro.
I know, and that was a problem though. I scratched my head when I heard that. I'm like, huh? Come on, bro.
See,
Like
listen, bro. The other day I told y'all, or at least a couple weeks ago, I told y'all, bro, y'all gotta meet people where they're at, bro, not where you want them to be, bro. So when you talk to them, you gotta talk to them where they're at, and not where you want them to be.
I got you. Yeah, I agree.
Well, I
Like
mean,
it,
that
it
depends on who you are, though, because, like I said, Charleston White is a bad example. I mean, because, like I said, I mean, that's true, but you still need to be talking to someone that's going to, help you change, you know what I'm saying, and to be a better person. I mean, he add to the destruction. I mean, the dude is I don't take him serious. I don't like him, just like I don't like Ben Crump. You know, certain people, they're just unlikable.
He would
It's just
yeah,
that
turn on you so
but
fast, the
that
boy.
that don't make
He'll
the
start
re
punching on you so fast. He'll spark a stream and start punching on you so fast, the boy. And I'll be like, damn, why y'all even want to be near this dude? Like, you
and they
see
about to watch him, bro,
a little
because they're
weasel.
used to it.
Like, get away from him. Shit, nobody be. I understand his little content. He go on Adam 22 and all that, but that what he representing Carmelo and his fan. Like, no, man, that shit it irked me, bro. I tuned out since I found that out. I was like, man, listen, it's sad
Found what out?
that he was speaking upon the family and telling and
Yeah.
advising them. That made me tune out.
Well, no,
Tabor.
Carmelo's dad is a good dude, and he's reserved. Charleston preys on people like that.
It's
Charleston's a
sad.
thug. Yeah, Charleston's a thug.
But most people do that. Most
Oh
people
No, they
prey on
don't.
good
man,
No, they
nah,
people.
don't. No,
Tabor,
they don't. No,
Come
they
no.
don't.
on, bro. Yes, they do, bro.
No, they
Come
don't.
on, bro.
Why do you think they can scam people in America the way they scam people,
Yes,
bro?
yes, yes. We
Okay,
understand that.
and A guy, okay, Charleston doesn't fit. A guy lost his job or whatever. He said, say he was selling BMWs, whatever, car salesman. I think he lost it. He transferred. He got a different job. Charleston preys on a law-abiding, tax-paying guy, and that guy just didn't know it. He thought he was trying to help him. No,
Like Trump do, the president,
Trump prays. Yep, Trump is a thug. Who said he
like
wasn't?
like other representatives do.
Hold up. I've been saying. How long have I been saying it? Tabor, I see the money he making. I see that $400 million plane, but I still call him a thug because he's a thug. I don't look at what he gets and say, "Oh no, he winning." No, he's not.
Man,
And Trump's not saying anything about these cases. He's not willing to stick his neck out and talk. He is to stick his neck out with the woman who got stabbed, but he won't talk about the rest of these cases. What about this black man that was found on his beachhead?
Blind spot.
Mr. President. Oh, you can't say nothing. Why? You'll lose your MAGA. Your MAGA turn on you.
Because he know better. That's the game.
Well, you can't, but he president.
Can't have picks, the boy.
Yeah.
And yet, you can though.
No, you can't.
Man, come on, bro. Y'all not being realistic and logical, bro.
Ways. You can't run for president, but you don't give a damn about the rest of the people. You can't. No, you can't.
What kills your argument, Platt, is that he's president, bro.
Okay, and we'll see if the Senate protects him.
Man, he already got 4 years.
You know he's being protected, right?
I get it.
Okay, well, if he loses the Senate, do you know if they get enough votes, he's gone. Not only is he going to get impeached, he'll be removed. He'll be removed from office.
And he will forever
Tabor,
be number.
And what they'll do, Tabor, it's not going to happen overnight. They will start all of their investigations, and eventually you'll probably see him going to jail.
And they can never strip the title of president from him, bro. 45 and 47.
Yep, he got elected.
It's in stone. And the American people put him in power.
Remember,
the same thing with local politicians, bro. People prey on people, bro.
Remember, if it's in the line of his duties, remember that part. So if they find out he's doing things, it's not him conducting himself for the betterment of America within the lines of his duties. That means he can be brought in front of a system, the same system that the family is waiting on. He can be brought in front of it,
and he can beat charges with the right lawyers.
Yeah, we'll see.
It's just what happens, bro. It happens all the time.
We'll see. We're not even close to that, and about 6 months away, you'll have it's up to the people. The American people keep him in power. He stays in power.
Exactly, bro. So even though you feel the way you feel, it's way more people that feel the opposite and will give him power.
Okay.
Freely vote for him.
Then he'll be president.
Man, we got plenty of presidents like that, bro. You got plenty of people from jobs that you know of, or people that's in power. And I ain't just talking about on the highest levels. I'm just talking about just simple power, like a manager at a restaurant. And they just talking trash. I told you the story the other day of what happened with me until I pulled her card and she had to call the laws. And I'm gonna stand
Tabor.
Listen, I don't have hope for
live like that, Tabor.
You said what?
We don't really live that way.
Live what way?
The street way. Pull cards and shit like that.
Oh man, you just taking my terminology and just be trying to turn it, bro.
We'll file a complaint.
I mean, what happened to you? What happened to you though? What happened?
I went to a place called Huddle House, bro, to order. It was a truck stop, so I ordered some food, and they made my food wrong. And I told them I don't want the food because if you mess with my food, I give it back. I just want my money back. The lady told me she wasn't gonna give me my money back, so she called the manager. The manager was like, "Well, we could call the police." The police came, and I told the police, I said, "Whatever she told you," because they walked off for her to explain it. I said, "Whatever she told you, believe it. I just want my money back because I don't want this food." He was like, "It's a civil situation." Like, it basically said that, right? The at the end of it, bro, besides them telling him that they didn't have no money in the register, they went in the register and she went in her own wallet and gave me my money back, bro. Like,
Well,
I
see,
know
that's
the
what.
game. I'm not here yelling and screaming and acting a fool about it. You just ain't gonna just take my money and tell me I gotta tuck my tail.
Well, I mean, how come they just didn't fix what you wanted?
Cause once you mess up my food, I don't want nothing from you.
Well, I mean,
That's my
Well,
that's
well,
you
my
could have let
listen,
that
standard.
man.
slide. I mean, that's a restaurant. I mean, I feel you though.
No,
I get
brother.
you.
No. Listen,
Tabor,
bro.
Tabor, that's the Huddle House.
It
Yeah, you
doesn't
could have
matter,
just told
bro.
them
That's not a victory, Tabor.
Bro, you said ain't a
That's
victory.
like
That's
that's no,
fine.
no, Tabor. That's like the Waffle House. It's like, okay, I got a free
They're
waffle.
better.
Tabor, we want to be more than a free waffle.
Listen, I didn't ask for no free
I
food.
think I'm more than a free waffle.
I didn't take no free food, bro. I didn't
No,
let
no,
them
no. But
remake
I'm
my
saying
food.
these victories, they're not these places. Who cares?
You think you're saying who cares, bro? But for the most part, for that
Uh,
manager,
Tabor, I would have left.
listen,
Yeah,
Plat,
If I
and let
go
them
to the
take
huddle,
my
if
money,
I go
man.
to the
Come
huddle,
on, y'all.
if I go to the huddle house,
Come
they
on,
give
bro.
me what I didn't order, or they
for like
made a horrible.
$17 or something, man. Come
It
on.
was nasty. I
Listen
probably
to
would have.
what you saying,
I would have
bro.
just left. I would just left. It's the huddle house.
No, Plat. I work for my money, bro.
Tabor,
So
it's
come
the
on,
huddle
Plat. You're
house.
not even being logical right
No, I
now.
am. It's the huddle house. What do
It
I
doesn't
expect?
matter, bro. You don't get to finesse me out my papers, big dog.
What out of the huddle house?
Come on, bro. Y'all not even hearing me, bro.
No,
Like,
we
y'all
hear
not
you.
even really being
It's
logical. You
not the
can't be.
Waldorf. You're not at the Waldorf. You're at the fucking
Man, what
huddle
do
house.
you? It doesn't matter. I spent my money, Plat, and I didn't want you to remake my food.
If I
Just
go
give me
get
my
some
money
gas,
back.
if tomorrow I go get some gas station sausage and biscuits, and I bite into it, and get this shit ain't even cooked. It's red on the middle.
Well,
I'm probably
you
gonna
know what's the
throw it
point?
away. I'm probably gonna throw it away.
You know
Yeah,
how
'Cause
you
that's
I'm gonna
fix it.
look.
you. That's
I'm gonna
not
look
me.
around. I'm gonna look around and say, "Man, it's a gas station. I
No,
should have
sir.
never even. I should have never even bought this shit."
No, sir. We not playing them games. See, that's what I'm saying. Like this what I mean about how we talking about black men and standing up for ourselves. I'm telling you what I did, and you telling me it ain't a win. I got my money back with the
I
police
mean,
there.
I heard
it
that,
ain't
man.
nothing
Well,
wrong.
you
But I'm
know,
saying, but all of that could have been avoided. You know what you could have did? Really, you really could have just fixed your own food in the truck. You just buy
Stop it, bro. Stop it.
yeah,
Do
you get
business,
that little
bro.
hot plate. You get a
You're
hot
not
plate.
even. Y'all not even listening, bro. Come on,
No,
bro.
No, you
And
can
I
get a
have
little
one
hot
of
plate. I
those.
would have done that. Go get you some Wonder
No,
Bread.
sir.
Go get you a hot place. Drop you a little bacon, eggs. Put that on that Wonder
I
Bread.
can do that.
You got yourself a sandwich right there in the truck.
I could do that.
you can get you a portable stove
I
and a
have
pot.
one, bro.
And I've
Bro,
seen, hold up,
listen,
and
I
I've
have
also,
one.
hold up, Tavor, I've seen people put a couple of slices of bologna in that. And I've actually
Man,
seen that on TikTok and YouTube.
bro,
Truckers,
I have a
no,
skillet like
I've
that,
seen
bro.
truckers, and they'll say make breakfast, and then the guy will turn around. He got bacon, eggs, maybe some grit, probably not grits, but bacon, egg, and he'll have Wonder Bread. He'll have no toast. Then he'll turn around and throw 3 slices of bologna on there, and he'll eat that whole plate. And he's like, I made it in the truck. So yeah,
Plat, bro.
he
I
didn't go in.
have a thing to do that, bro. I cook eggs. I cook the bacon. I cook grits. I do that in my truck, bro. I stopped
Yeah.
at the Huddle House, bro. Y'all are not listening to me. This
No,
is
no, you. I
my
know.
money, bro.
I know what you're saying, to boy, because I don't even like dealing with the truck stop people. Like some places you go to, they'd be alright. You know what I'm saying? There'd be some different types of restaurants, but like the normal places, like you said, Huddle House or like a Taco Bell or something, that people like, I don't even like dealing with them, bro. I'd rather just fix my own food. I know what you're talking about though, because
Just
they
give me
had
my
no
money
business
back, bro.
getting your order wrong in the first. How do you get the person's order wrong in the first place? So I understand what you're saying, but if they got to call the cops and all that, like, man, I'm finna go, man.
Yeah.
You can keep
Yeah,
that money.
yeah, I ain't do nothing wrong, bro.
I
And the
feel you
cop
though, but
proved that.
I don't like the cops either. I ain't
Yeah, it
look. I got to
listen,
go.
bro.
If it's that deep, I got
Yeah,
to get up
see,
out of here.
you can't scare me like that though, bro. That's what
It
I'm
ain't
trying to
about being
tell y'all.
scary. I just don't like
Come
dealing
on,
with
fam.
cops, man.
It
For
does.
nothing.
Listen, I didn't do nothing wrong. This is my
Mhm.
money. You got my order right. I just want my money back, bro. I
Yeah.
get what y'all trying to tell me, but you ain't telling me I gotta walk away from $2 that I had to earn.
Well,
Just
that's
give me
on
my
you, brother.
$2 back.
Well,
You
for other people to board think it is
It ain't
they
really no
wouldn't waste
big
their
deal, man.
time on it. And I'm
okay?
gonna
Yeah,
say
man.
this again. Hold up, I'm
And
gonna
and,
say this
and,
again.
and that right
No,
there is why people
Tabor,
can treat black people the
Tabor,
way they treat them because they
Tabor,
don't say nothing.
Tabor.
That's a restaurant. That's what I'm
I
saying.
would
The
have got
Huddle
up
House,
if I
man.
fuck the
Come on,
huddle
bro.
house. If I'd have went to the huddle house and they
Y'all
messed up my
tripping,
order,
bro.
if they messed up my order at the huddle house,
Y'all tripping,
I
bro.
would have got up and left. I'm gonna even
It's
say that.
It ain't no
principles,
big
bro.
deal, man.
Yes,
It's
it
no big
is,
deal.
bro. Y'all tripping, bro. Y'all tripping.
I
Not
wouldn't
on
Y'all
have
the
touched
tripping,
road,
that.
bro.
bro. Not on the road.
Y'all
I'm
tripping.
telling you, man. I done had
Yeah.
bad service before, and I just don't deal with them. I
That's
just leave.
fine. Give me my money back. You not about to get a free win off of me, bro.
Well, you own some other stuff though, Tabor.
How? I
I mean,
wasn't screaming
Everybody
and
doesn't
yelling.
have no. Everybody doesn't look at the world the way you do.
Well, I didn't do nothing wrong, bro. I wanted my money back because you made my food wrong. I'm
no,
entitled
you
to
didn't
that.
do
Well, that's up to
anything
you,
wrong.
man. I mean, you
You
can get
in
your
the
money
right,
back.
but what I'm saying is that you do not argue with people at them restaurants because they mess your food up, man. Like you don't do that, man.
That's why I got my money back. What are you talking about? You
It's
didn't
a
even hear it, bro.
thousand. It's a
I
thousand
understand what you're
restaurants
saying, but I'm just saying, just
and
avoid
places,
conflict.
man. Yeah, it's called just go somewhere else, man. No, it just depends on how you want to live your life. And that's why a lot of black people have heart attacks and high blood pressure because they want to fight all the time over shit that don't matter.
Bro,
Don't
nobody
matter.
was fighting,
I'm
bro.
not fighting over no pancakes, man. Oh, they
Man,
messed my
y'all
pancakes
boys
up. Life
tripping.
goes on, bro. I'll be all right. I
It ain't
also
a it ain't about the pancakes,
I
bro.
charge it to the game. I
Bro,
charge to
y'all
the game.
tripping,
I
bro.
went in the
We
Sometimes
huddle
you
not
got to
house.
do
charging.
that,
We
boy.
not charging
Sometimes
my
you got to
money
do
to the
that.
game. No, sir. No,
How
sir.
much did you spend that day? How much did you spend that
It
day
was
on that burger?
$35, bro. I got extra
Damn,
bacon. I got eggs on
$35.
my BLT. I got an extra what do you call that? I had an
Where
extra
you was at?
waffle.
What
I was
state
at
you
the
was in?
Huddle House,
I'm saying what state?
like Missouri or something.
They charge you $35 for a meal, just you?
Bro, I'm telling you what I
Yeah, I would have
paid.
got my money back. Now I
Listen,
agree with
bro.
him on that plan. I would have got my money back. You
I'm
ain't finna charge
it
me $35 for a meal. I thought you were talking about like $13 or $14.
it don't
God damn.
I would have did the same thing for $13, $14, bro.
Nah, I don't know about
Yeah.
that. But if it's $35 or
Bro.
$40, you gonna give me my money
Bro,
back.
listen to me do business, bro. As a black man, right there, what you talking about, I earned that money, bro. I
I
deserve
know.
respect. Hold on, let me finish, bro. Cause y'all tripping. I deserve respect when it comes to what I ordered. You ain't gotta make my food right. I ain't gonna talk to you crazy. I'ma just tell you made it wrong. Let me get a refund. That's all, bro. I don't have to hoop and holler, bro. Now, them going as far as calling the police, they got that right. And I'm in the right too to ask for my money back. I'm not hooping and hollering. I'm not talking shit to the police officer. I'm just asking for my money back. The same thing that officer would want back. Like I told him, you would want your money back if they messed up your food, or you would want them to remake it. Well, for me, once you make a mess up my food one time, you can't remake it, bro. Even with my kid, if I'm with my kid and they mess up my food, take the food back. We not eating here. We leaving. Give me my refund.
I got you, man. But and we're different. The huddle house, I just don't really have expectations. And if I choose right now, if I go to the Waffle House, it's open right now. It's open 24 hours. It's actually one of the few places since COVID. It's still 24 hours. If I go to the Waffle House, I'm at the Waffle House. I'm look at you can see this. You can sit on that little counter, you can see the people
You can
cooking.
see them make your food. That's
Yeah,
different, bro.
I can see the women in there, and they really don't have no money. So
That ain't my
I,
concern, Platt.
where's mine? Because I'm going in there asking them to do something. They broke, they mess it up.
Oh
I know how
no.
to just not go. I said, well, you know what? I'm out of here.
I don't
I
Yeah,
don't
I
like
want to
don't.
waste
Waffle
my
House.
time with them,
I
bro. They
don't
can
like
actually,
Waffle House. Ain't got nothing.
yeah, like the stream though, man. Like the stream. Support the platform. If you want to give Platinum a refund, go ahead, refund me. But just in the normal world, you're going to encounter discomfort from all types of people. And then as a man, you do have to make a decision. How do you want to live your life? Me, I wouldn't argue. I would not complain if I go to a place like the Huddle House. It's just what do you expect?
No, sir.
I wouldn't go to the
Nah,
Huddle House.
bro.
I'm a
See,
Waffle House guy. I wouldn't go to the Huddle. I go
you
to Waffle House.
they got better waffles at the Hud House. Listen, bro. What y'all?
They do.
What?
Okay.
Yes, bro. They got cinnamon in their waffles. It's bad. They taste great. I'm telling you, bro. What y'all talking about right now, bro, is why black people get to get ran over and nobody do anything about it, bro. You don't get to do that to me, bro. Certain instances, I can't stand up for myself. But when it comes to my money, I am going to say something, bro.
Gotcha. Gotcha, man. And we at a turning point, man. Tonight, we want to talk about this body found. Benjamin Crump's been brought into the equation. We'll see how that plays out. Mississippi is a state that's got a long history of oppression and racism. By him being in Mississippi, he's going to turn that over. He's going to bring that up. He's going to bring that up. So we'll see how that state holds up. Like the stream, reach down there, hit the like button, support the platform, hit the Cash App, hit the Super Chat. We trying to help, man. We trying to help. Nolan Wells lost his life. Benjamin Crump has now been brought into the picture. I hope the family gets justice. Whatever happened, it's going to be interesting to find out. We out of here, man.